This is a Fox News alert. Iran strikes back. I'm Lisa Brady. Missiles fired at Israel.
This is a significant attack. The attack the Israelis have been preparing for in response. Air raid sirens are now starting to sound across Tel Aviv.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
And I can see interceptors coming off from all directions. We don't know exactly how many missiles have been fired by the Iranians.
And a short time later.
Okay. Guys, come on, everyone move. Everyone move now. Stay with us, stay with us. Pick up the gear, let's go.
He and his crew are okay. The extent of damage not yet known in Tel Aviv, but there is word the Iranian strike involves dozens of missiles, with explosions also heard in Jerusalem. Iranian state media is claiming it's hundreds of missiles, and there's been a second wave now. The Israeli army had ordered residents into bomb shelters until further notice. The missile attack follows a sophisticated Israeli attack on Iran that began overnight, including airstrikes and drones planted in advance on the ground, targeting Iran's nuclear facilities and killing 4 top generals as well as nuclear scientists.
The U.S. military is not involved right now in terms of offensive attacks against Iran's nuclear program. Those are only Israeli airstrikes that have been taking place, waves of Israeli airstrikes. And those airstrikes have been extremely effective. We're being told a number of the nuclear facilities inside Iran have been struck, including in recent hours Fordo, which is the main site that is buried underground inside that mountain not far from Qom, which is southwest of Tehran.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. President Trump telling Fox earlier the Iranians were hit 10 times worse than they thought they would be, suggesting maybe now they'd be ready to negotiate, but that was before the retaliatory missile strikes. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm still going for it, even with
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why the weather could mean trouble. Rain showers and a few storms showing up all around Indiana. You may be dry at the moment, but you have the chance for rain for the rest of the afternoon and evening. It's 77 downtown. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 3:02. With events across Indiana this weekend, including Game 4 of the NBA Finals, forecasters say keep an eye on the weather. Ryan Hedrick reports.
There could be a few storms that could be stronger. Maybe get some strong breezes, maybe get a heavy downpour.
Forecaster Alex McGinnis at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says Saturday will bring heavy rain showers.
The main concern is not going to be any damaging winds or hail or anything like that.
He says the driest day of the weekend will be Sunday, Father's Day. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man found dead of a gunshot wound in the Hawville neighborhood on the west side of Indy Friday morning about 9:30. Police have not identified the man publicly. No arrests have been announced. That was on Tibbs Avenue near 10th. A child stabbed by a man in the Anthony Wayne Village area of Fort Wayne Thursday afternoon. Witnesses reported seeing a person wearing a scream mask, stabbing the 11-year-old in the abdomen. The child was taken to the hospital in non-life-threatening condition. Police later identified the man they were looking for as Travion Sewell. He was arrested and faces a criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon charge. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay will be inducted into the Ring of Honor this fall. The Colts announced Friday that Irsay will be inducted during the home opener in September at Lucas Oil Stadium. A wheeler and dealer from Greentown is now described as a heartless criminal. Now, former farm equipment salesman Dustin Eckelbarger is charged by Indiana State Police with fraud and forgery, accused of making himself rich by taking out loans in the names of farmers without them knowing and making fake purchase orders for months. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-251-1912. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 463-251-1912. That's 463-251-1912.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, crash southbound 69 at 465, and it's blocking the left lane, stopping traffic back to 116th Street for a 23-minute delay. Also, southbound 65, stop-and-go traffic from the north split down to the south split, delayed by 9 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Payday. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Friday night, it is going to be a cloudy and warm one. However, there's a good chance, maybe 90% or higher in your neighborhood, of some showers, maybe even storms, although severe weather not looking likely. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! All right, Hammer, looks like we got ourselves a ball game here, and I am not talking about that Pacer playoff game tonight against the Thunder at Gamebridge. We're talking Israel. We're talking Iran. We're talking Israel launching strikes deep into Iran, killing, precision strikes, killing military members, killing nuclear scientists, killing nuclear installations, enrichment, places where they enrich uranium and things like that. So it was a big, pretty unprecedented night last night for Israel.
Sure, absolutely historic, and the action continues today. You knew Iran would eventually counter back. Now, it might not be with the same force that we saw from the Israelis last night, but Iran, right now, firing missiles at Tel Aviv. Some have managed to make their way through the Iron Dome. A number of missiles on their way to Israel right now. We're watching the coverage live on television. The sky is lit up. It looks like the 4th of July. So you're right. We have got a good old-fashioned ball game here. And listen, I'll be the latest to say this because I know I'm not the first. I'm happy the United States is not involved in this.
Seems like when I was watching the coverage last night on Fox News, about every 3 minutes on the Cryon, they'd put a quote from Trump or Rubio or somebody that says, "We are not involved in this in any way, shape, or form. We have nothing to do with this."
Right.
And yeah, I do like that.
Two things can be true at the same time, right? You can say it was the right thing for Israel to eliminate Iran's nuclear threat. That's the right thing to say. But it's also, I think, the right thing to say is, I'm glad there's no United States boots on the ground. We can support Israel. You can support your ally, because that's the whole point of being an ally to somebody, okay? But if you're looking for United States boots on the ground right now, no. Now, if for whatever reason Iran blows up a base of Americans, or they have some sort of, I don't know, horrific terrorist attack on Americans, now we've got a different story. But that's not the case right now. Two things can be true. Israel had every right to bomb the bejesus out of Iran, and this is not the United States fight.
I feel like Iran has been escalating for years now. Iran's about to get a bomb. Iran's enrichment, the enriching of uranium, blah, 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 blah. And then it kind of de-escalates, or Israel takes out nuclear scientists, or they, send in some cyber attack into Iran, and then it never happens. But something here in the past few days. We were talking about it in the 5 o'clock segment yesterday about how Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and all the, we're saying, hey, look, if you're in this region, by the way, before all this started, if you're in this region, you might want to, if you're in our government, you might want to back out. You might want to come home.
Right.
Like, what does that imply? Well, I think we're finding out what that implies.
And be careful where you're getting your news from, because let's be honest, the propaganda war is going to be waged very heavily from both sides here. So last night, the Israelis are saying, listen, we had a precision attack and we took out military leaders. We took out folks that were trying to build nukes. No civilians were killed. The Iranians are saying something totally different. And now today, the IDF, the Israelis, are saying Iran is targeting civilians. So again, the propaganda war is underway. Now, late last night, President Donald Trump put out a statement, went to Truth Social, as he normally does. Quote, I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best, most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come, and they know how to use it. He goes on, certain Iranian headliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They're all dead now, and it will only get worse. There's already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter with the next already planned attacks even more brutal come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. And this is all caps. Just do it before it's too late. God bless you all.
Oh, look at Donald Trump, still wanting to bring everybody to the table.
For those who have not been killed, yeah.
Yeah.
Quote, unfortunately, some of Iran's leaders will not be returning to the negotiation table. That's what he told Brett Baer of Fox.
That's kind of, this is a serious thing. I understand that Iran is doing retaliatory strikes right now on Israel and Tel Aviv. Hopefully the Iron Dome is catching most of these. But if Israel could do what they did last night, yeah, there's more to come. Precision strikes, uranium enrichment facilities, giant, big names of Iranian leaders, Iranian Revolutionary Guard leaders, bad dudes, by the way, bad guys.
And you can tell Iran is not used to being one of the big boys at the table, right? Because you don't bump your gums to the United States or Israel or even China or Russia, right? But like Iran thought, hey, we're this close to getting nukes, so we're going to get cocky. We're going to start talking trash. And Israel just looked at him and said, wish you the best, and blew the hell out of him.
You're right, but I push back. They do talk trash. That's all they do. Death to America, death to Israel. That's all it's been for decades and decades and decades. And now, obviously, the Israelis, the United States, on some level, found that this new enrichment facility was, pumping out uranium more than usual. And they're like, all right, let's do it.
Like, you hear a lot of chatter. They're getting close.
I mean, they're close. They've said, Iran said, like, look, we get the nuclear bomb, we're sending it straight over to Tel Aviv.
Right. So, if you're the Israelis, you're thinking, well, okay. Reminder, we're the same people that blew terrorists up when their pagers went off. You don't think we have the intel to find where your leaders are at? And that's what they did. According to an Israeli official, they built secret explosive drone bases in Iran for the operation.
That's crazy.
They built a secret drone base
country
the day of for the event. I spoke to a mutual military friend that we have, and he told me the special forces in Israel, they're dudes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They are dudes.
Mossad, I wouldn't want any of it.
No.
For sure.
So that's one ball game. In a much different sense, here in Indy, we got a big one here tonight. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Now, due to inclement weather, the outdoor viewing party for the Pacers has been canceled.
Oh, no.
So if you had tickets for the outdoor viewing party that the Pacers were putting on, that has been canceled. I'm sure they're going to give you a refund in some way. They are expecting rain, possible storms a little bit later on tonight. But if you want to go to the game, tickets are going on the secondary market, Nige. to get just into the stadium, the very top, the nosebleed seats, you're up there by the Slick Leonard, retired banner, over $800 a ticket.
Okay. Well, I'm a huge Pacer fan. Would love to go to the game. I'm not doing that.
So just to get in, to sit at the very top for two, you're looking at around $1,600. Now, obviously, the lower you sit, that price becomes damn ridiculous. But, man, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing. I hope not. I hope the Pacers are back every year. But trust me, they had no problem selling those tickets out for Game 4 tonight. And I think what we need for tonight, Nige, because a lot of people think Oklahoma City is going to come back strong tonight. They're upset. They rarely lose 2 in a row. I think we need a little divine intervention. So what we're going to do right now is have a little pre-show blessing, a pre-game prayer from AI Pastor Micah Beckwith.
Okay, you sacks of crap, bow your heads and let's pray. As a pastor, I feel it's my civic duty to wish Satan himself rises up from the gates of hell and curses the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've also sent multiple texts to God and asked him to give Shea Gilgeous Alexander a horrible case of hemorrhoids and explosive diarrhea. And lastly, I hope Jesus comes back to earth and accidentally confuses Chet Holmgren for Judas and kicks him in the nuts. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Go Pacers. AI Micah out.
And the people said,
Amen. I saw Micah took a selfie of him at the game the other night, but he was like kind of up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I texted him. I go, bro, you're second in command. You need to be sitting next to Reggie on the floor.
And did he have the official yellow shirt on?
No, like kind of a turtleneck.
No. That's
like
not acceptable. If you're there for the gold out, you put the shirt on. I don't care if you're the governor. The only person that gets a pass is Reggie Miller. That's it. He was wearing a Pacer jersey of Mark Jackson.
That's right.
I'll give him a pass, but everybody else, get that yellow shirt on and make some noise tonight. Matt Bear.
North side stall on eastbound 465 west of 865, and the right lane is blocked right now, slowing traffic back to 86th Street. Southbound 65 jammed from Meridian Penn down to the south split. That's a 7-minute delay. Southbound 69 stopped after 116th Street, 292nd, a 16-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar, get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
77 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. When we come back, man, a lot of stuff happening around the city, including the Italian Street Festival. We'll talk about that.
Oh.
And when you start talking about French fries, you've got my attention. A new survey, a new poll on the best and worst fries from restaurants, fast food places. We'll have that. We're going to have barguments coming up. We've got Francis Martel of Breitbart. Singer Clayton Anderson's going to come in here for a celebrity beer bong a little bit later on. This is going to be fun. So stick around. Let's get rowdy. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Reinhardt Heating and Cooling? Find that American Standard air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Man, tonight it is going to be wild inside of the Caesars Sportsbook down in Shelbyville, inside Horseshoe Casino Indy. Tonight's going to be the night. Friday night, Friday the 13th. The weather might be a little dicey outside. A lot of those outdoor watch parties not happening. But check out the NBA Finals at Caesars Sportsbook. Make your bets, grab some drinks, get the amazing food. Oh, the food is fantastic. Our guy Bobby Boucher, cooking it up for you down there. He is the best. And I'm going to give you some of my free bets coming up later on, but you can do what you want. It's a great atmosphere. It's going to be rocking and rolling down there tonight. Options galore. Check it out, the Caesars Sportsbook inside the casino in Shelbyville, Horseshoe Casino Indy. Stop by tonight and tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Back in my drinking days, I used to relieve myself in my dresser drawers because I couldn't find the bathroom.
Okay.
And my stepmom would ask me, "Oh, why is your clothes all wet?" And I said, "Well, the roof leaks." So my dad re-roofed the house. And he went to his grave thinking it was the roof leaking. I did not tell him anything.
Thanks, Dad. To all you dads out there, happy Father's Day.
I love you, Daddy.
93 WIBC.
Oh, man. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is right over there. I just can't imagine getting so drunk repeatedly and then relieving yourself in your own drawers.
You can't?
I actually can't.
I feel like if anybody in this building it's you.
But the fact that he lied to his dad and said there was a roof leak, and his dad's like, all right, we got to fix the roof. And he went to his grave thinking that he fixed the roof leak, when in all reality, his son was just a degenerate drunk peeing in his dresser drawer. Okay, so much going on in Indy this weekend. I'm not just talking about the Pacer game tonight.
No. You've got the Italian Street Fest taking place.
Where's that at?
That is at the Holy Rosary Church. They're the sponsor of it. 520 Stevens Street. And they brought us up some food samples earlier today. And
that was so good.
I'm not going to name any names.
No,
Nigel, but somebody took all the cannolis. Yes, somebody in this room. And again, we're not going to point any fingers here.
Look, hold on.
I quit. I'm leaving right now.
I'll give you a cannoli or two if you want. I got a cannoli for you.
So there's something Joe Hogsett would say to a staffer.
But my wife is a especially big fan of the cannolis at the Italian Fest.
Well, I think we all are, Nigel.
Well,
that's why sharing is caring.
You weren't here earlier.
I know.
I was here.
I'll get you one. I've got
fine.
one
It's
for
fine.
you. I've got one.
Dude, those stuffed like ravioli things they brought us.
I didn't try those.
Oh,
but I tried the
baby.
sausage, the Italian sausage, and the meatballs.
Yeah.
Damn, Italian Fest kills it.
So if you want to hit that up tonight, they say they're going to have the Pacers game on like a big screen out there. Now, I know the weather could be a little dicey later on, but just amazing food, amazing drink. They brought us some beers up too. Check that out tonight.
I think the Indians play.
Yeah.
There's baseball.
Zubilation is going on.
There's parades.
There's protests tomorrow.
Parades and protests tomorrow.
According to a new study of Yelp reviews, these are the best and worst ranked French fries from fast food joints, okay? The top 5 best. Number 1, In-N-Out Burger. Overrated. Number 2, Shake Shack. Number 3, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger. Number 4, Bojangles. And number 5, Chick-fil-A, the waffle fries.
A lot of those, I don't know what Bojangles is. Do we have a Freddy's? Are Freddy's here in Indianapolis?
I think there's
Freddy's Burgers. There's like the
there's a
burger
couple.
place. Shake Shack, I've had their fries. I don't remember anything special about them. McDonald's isn't on there?
Okay, so I'm glad you bring that up because I love McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries and their fountain Coke, just the best. The list of the 5 worst fries. Coming in at number 1, KFC. Not really known for their fries.
Man, I don't like the potato wedge fries.
McDonald's came in at number 2 on the list of the worst
Whoa,
fries.
That's dumb. This is a dumb survey.
They were 20th out of 21 on the list.
No, that's ridiculous.
Followed by Burger King, Church's Chicken, and then Popeyes.
Where was Rally's? Where was Checkers?
Checkers came in at number 10 on the list.
Rally's is Checkers, the same thing, depending on what area of the country you're in.
Arby's came in at number 8, the curly fries.
I love them.
But like number 9, Hardee's. Hardee's in no way is better than McDonald's French fries, and it's not even close.
I haven't had Hardee's French fries in decades, I don't think.
Hardee's is really good at the breakfast game.
And the breakfast game's killer. A high-end burger,
right?
For a fast food restaurant. Sure,
I'm with you on that one.
And I just only recently discovered Raising Cane's.
I love Raising Cane's.
Took my daughter there in Carmel a couple of weeks ago.
The fries are okay, but boy, the chicken tenders.
But come on, White Castle, crinkle cut, baby.
I like a crinkle cut French fry. I do. But yeah, McDonald's being number 20th out of 21.
That's dumb.
That's ridiculous.
This is automatically devoid of any credibility whatsoever.
Now, because I'm fat, I want McDonald's fries and I want a McDonald's Fountain Coke to go along with some of the Italian fast food we've got in the back. And again, I can't stress this enough. I'm fat.
Hey, it's Matt Baer for Concrete Exteriors. Don't wait to beautify your home for summer for a fresh new look and increased home value. New siding by Concrete Exteriors is the answer. From James Hardy fiber cement siding to a big array of vinyl siding colors and styles, the experienced pros at Concrete have all the choices. Plus, a lifetime workmanship warranty and over 10,000 satisfied customers. For your free estimate, call Concrete Exteriors at 317-ROOFING or visit concreteexteriors.com. Tell them I sent you.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024
Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP $105,195. Nautilus MSRP $60,195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Yes, they really did it. The likelihood this afternoon that if you go outside, at some point you will probably get wet. Radar showing rain showers and thunderstorms all around Indiana. It's 77 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. Now what happens since Israel has hit Iran? Fox's Alex Hogan.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke to the nation about the latest following all of the developments that we have watched, saying that he did notify the U.S. that this strike would take place. The Operation Rising Lion took years of planning between the IDF and Mossad. It involved Mossad smuggling vehicles of weapons and drones into Iran, setting up a drone base in Iran, and then activating the drones to hit Iran's surface-to-air missiles. All of this aimed at hitting the heart of Iran's nuclear program.
And now to California, where the riots are still happening, and the president and governor can't even agree on whether it should even be stopped.
Unrest and protests continue in Los Angeles amid federal immigration raids across Southern California. Meanwhile, over the past 24 hours, we've seen several developments in President Trump and Governor Gavin Newsom's tug of war over the California National Guard, who've been deployed to L.A. A judge ruled that the California National Guard, which has been under federal control, had to be turned back over to the state. Then an appeals court stayed that decision, leaving the Guard in federal control for now. The Marines are also expected to hit the streets of Los Angeles today. This ahead of expected demonstrations this weekend, including the so-called No Kings protest in Los Angeles. Max Gordon, Fox Business.
And to Tennessee, where the man once referred to as the Maryland Dad faces a judge.
Inside federal court in Nashville, a not guilty plea for Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Salvadoran national and accused MS-13 gang member who was brought back to the U.S. from a Salvadoran prison after a federal grand jury indicted him for allegedly unlawfully transporting illegal immigrants for financial gains, stemming from a traffic stop in Tennessee in 2022. Meantime, outside the court in Nashville,
Who's right?
supporters of Abrego Garcia demanding his release and saying he did nothing wrong. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, coming into downtown tonight for the NBA Finals. We look at southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic, Meridian Penn down to the south split. That's a 9-minute delay. Once you're in, city streets are awful here at the moment. Maryland's not too bad. A little slow down before Capitol Avenue. We can expect that, especially on a Friday. On the east side, southbound 465 stop-and-go before 70 down to Washington Street. And a crash south side, Southport Road at Gray. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with a purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Friday evening is going to be a stormy, mild, and muggy one outside with over an 80% chance of showers in most neighborhoods, even a few thunderstorms around. However, severe weather will unlikely develop. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Arsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hello, all my friends. This is Brett Michaels, and you're listening to my friends right here, Hammer and Nigel, and they're about to rock your world.
Arguments, 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 arguments.
Oh, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Dan Bass Levy is a radio host, a podcaster, and the man behind Barguments.
Love it.
Bass, how are you?
Gentlemen, let's do this. How are you guys?
Man, it's a fun time to be in Indy. Man, I'm not going to lie. We're rocking and rolling down here. Pacers in the finals tonight. So let's have a little fun with this one. What is tonight's...
First of all, wait. How about those Pacers? I still can't believe it. We can't just skip over that. I don't get to talk about them enough.
We haven't been skipping. I trust you, man. It's been so fun. Like, what's wild is seeing all different types of people come together. And I'm sure you've seen the movie Major League, right?
Of course.
I referenced this the other day. There's a scene in that movie where the Indians have, they're finally beating the Yankees, and they go to the bar, and there's like this biker dude giving a big hug to like the punk rock guy with the earring and the mohawk.
Yes.
That's what's happening here in Indy right now.
They hug each other, they look at each other and hug again. That's one of the greatest scenes. You're right.
Right.
I can't believe I'm in a spot where I see Reggie Miller on TV, and he's the least of the famous of the Pacers. I can't get over that. I'm like, wow, it's Reggie Miller, but he's trying to get Tyrese Halliburton's picture. That's amazing to me.
Reggie's kid had a Halliburton shirt on.
Yeah.
Now,
awesome. It's awesome.
The shirt
Very
also
cool.
had Tyrese doing the choke symbol from his old man. So it did kind of go full circle. All right.
That is good.
What are we talking about? What's today's bargument?
Today's bargument, it is summer. So what is the ultimate windows down, volume up song?
All right, summertime, windows down, you're driving on 65, you're on 465, wherever you're at, the breeze is blowing through, you're cranking the radio up. What is the song you're going with, Dan?
Pacers just beat OKC by 20 points.
Yeah.
Everything is feeling good. For me, I am shouting at the top of my lungs no matter where I am. Tom Petty's Free Fallin'.
There we go. Give it to me, Dan.
Free Fallin'. Worst singing voice ever, but it feels so good to belt it out no matter where you are.
It was personified in the movie Jerry Maguire after he just signed Cushman, right?
It made me feel so much better because I was like, if Tom Cruise can't sing it well, that bar is so lowered I can jam out all I want.
Oh, that's a great one. I love a good sing-along. All right, Allison, give us a lady's perspective here.
Yeah, mine's, you guys are not going to relate at all, but I don't care. I picked my favorite personally, which is Sheryl Crow's Soak Up the Sun.
Soak Up the Sun. Okay.
Right in a convertible.
Right.
Sunglasses on.
Wind blowing through
the hair.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see that.
Good.
Now, my wife just texted me. She wants to give another female perspective here to kind of balance it out.
So again, these are songs to roll down the window in the summer and blast out, right?
Right. Just sing as loud as you want to and not give a damn. Here is what the coupon lady had to say.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a classic one.
Little Miley Cyrus party in the USA. Okay,
that's still innocent Miley Cyrus right there.
It's innocent Miley Cyrus, but man, my 11-year-old knows that song. That song's got to be at least 12 to 15 years old, right? And it's
I would say 20. It's almost 20. I think it was 2005 when they came out. 2006.
Nice.
Wow.
They would play that.
Right Hannah Montana years.
They
I don't know.
play it
I'll
at
send
high
my way
school
off here.
football games. High school football games now, and like all the students know the lyrics. It's like a big sing-along song. That's wild.
Yeah, my son knows it too. My 10-year-old, he loves that song too. And I was like, how do you know this song?
I think we're going to get a vastly different answer than the previous two. Nige, where are we at?
Okay, man. I was doing it the other day in my man van, rolling through the neighborhood, blasting the KID, Kid Rock, American Badass.
Yeah, that is a good one.
American Badass.
Radio
Okay.
Yes. I mean, come on. Ultimate Jam, summertime.
I forget how good Kid Rock is, and that you can actually watch the old like concerts he had back in like '99, the Woodstock, and the way the crowd was like waving.
Oh man,
you forget how good those songs are.
Yep.
So I have this visual of like Allison's pulling up to a light. She's got Sheryl Crow blaring. And then here comes Nige. He pulls up to a light. He's got Kid Rock's American Badass.
But bass,
he's shotgunning a beer.
Yeah, bass. I mean, you worked in rock radio. You remember that song came out. It was one of the biggest. I mean, you're mashing up Sad But True with the Kid Rock song, and it was phenomenal. I just straight up the charts, one of the biggest rock songs of that.
And
era.
he had like a real moment, like in those early 2000s, where he was coming out with hit after hit, and he was doing stuff with Aerosmith. It was like a movement for like about a 3-year period.
Some of the responses we're getting on the YouTube chat: Claudia, Black Betty, Bama Lamb.
That is a great one.
David, I Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar.
Yes.
Here is mine. Again, my musical interests run pretty wild. I can listen to Frank Sinatra. I can also listen to like the Wu-Tang Clan and everything in between.
I love the Wu-Tang Clan. I love it.
But I'm going to go a little old school. If I'm rolling down the window and I want the wind blowing through what's left of my hair, I want this.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital.
Sing it. Sing it.
Here we go.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky.
Oh, so good. So
that
good,
was
man.
amazing. We should have done this topic a long time ago. That was awesome.
Is that from Raising Hell? I believe that's from the album Raising Hell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Run DMC, man, just an institution. To me, they were on the forefront of that hip hop and rock collaboration that we saw.
They were the Beastie Boys before the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
They would finish each other's sentences. It just sounded awesome.
Walk This Way with Aerosmith was on Raising Hell, that same album.
Yes.
It's tricky. And then the famous scene in the movie, I believe, Road Trip.
Where the nerd goes up.
I was just going to say it. I was just going to say that's a great scene. A Cheetah. That's a great movie.
I believe he breaks out a river dance at one point.
Yes, he does. He does.
Dad, if we want to find more Barguments, where can we go?
YouTube is a good place to see them all visually if you want to see my face, but if you just want to hear me like you're doing now, go to anywhere that you download your podcasts, search for Barguments, enjoy. We got some new ones coming out. There's some really fun ones coming up, so enjoy.
Dan Bass Levy, you're the man. Appreciate you, brother.
You guys are great. Talk to you next week.
All right, Nige, we got some tickets to give away here. Caller number 9, I'm sorry, no, caller number 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 5. We're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. We've got tickets to see Yes, the band Yes, the Fragile Tour. They're coming Thursday, October 30th at Old National.
I know what we're doing.
And because the band's name is Yes, we're going to have the dudes today do their best impression of the iconic When Harry Met Sally scene.
Yes! 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 Yes!
We had the chicks do it yesterday. It was the ladies only yesterday.
Correct.
I enjoyed that. I'm not sure that I want to hear dudes.
No, it's time for the dudes.
Okay. Allison off the top row.
Fair.
Now, also, we have to make good on a promise that we made yesterday.
What was that?
When we come back from the break, all of us here in the room have to do our impression of that too. Okay? So we need 5 dudes, 239-9393, and the best impression of that iconic When Harry Met Sally scene in the diner is going to get tickets to see Yes! Yes! That is coming up next.
We have a lot to be anxious over right now, right? And kind of feel that anxiety. Well, let's take a deep breath. Maybe the anxiety is feeding on the unknown of our financial future, right? With the markets and policy as unpredictable as it gets. I so get it. I hooked up with Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth, the fiduciary advisors, the personal attention is there. The Hoosier values are there. And I'm confident they can do the best job in managing my retirement portfolio. Call and schedule your first appointment. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan is family-owned and veteran-led. They're loyal to the core and believe in smart money management, kind of like what our grandparents taught us or tried to teach us in my case. Call today and let the Trajan Fiduciary Advisors work with you. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon & Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
It's the Customer Appreciation Cookout at Sundown Gardens. Saturday 11 to 2, great Father's Day sales all week. Find out more at sundown.gardens.com, sundown.gardens.com.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit indiedecorativeconcrete.com.
Busy day? No problem. The WIBC Mashup podcast catches you up with standout moments from your favorite shows. Fresh episodes every weekday. One click, all the good stuff. Get your daily fix. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, we got a lot of debauchery coming up, but first, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Inbound 69 delayed 9 minutes from 116th Street, 282nd. Southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from the north split down to the south split, delay of 5 minutes. Crash on the south side, Southport Road at Gray Road. Traffic sponsored by Indie Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
77 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We've got tickets on the line to go see the band Yes. They're coming with the Fragile 2025 tour Thursday, October 30th at the Old National Center. And it's not just a free ride today, Nige. You got to earn the tickets.
Yeah, just like yesterday.
Just like the ladies did yesterday. We are fair and balanced. We are having an impression contest. You must do the best impression of the iconic scene in the movie When Harry Met Sally, where, just like the band's name, you've got Meg Ryan's character yelling, yes.
Yes! 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 Yes!
I'll have what she's having. So,
why do I want to listen to dudes do this on the radio?
I don't know. I don't know. But I felt like this would keep us out of trouble if we kept it fair, right?
Because we had the ladies yesterday.
Right.
We can't.
I wanted to do the ladies again, to be honest with you, but probably felt like we should balance it out a little bit. Pat is up first. Pat, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. All right, Pat, this is your chance to earn the tickets. Let's hear what you got.
Yes, 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 yes.
Pat, are you locked in a hitman's trunk? I feel like Pat's locked in a mafia hitman's trunk somewhere.
I don't have a pen.
Okay.
Where does that? Okay.
So there's.
So, all right, Pat, that was okay.
Okay, Pat, stay on the line.
It was very disturbing, though.
Sounded like Pat was in pain. Let's go to Carrie. Carrie, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. Let's hear what you got.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh!
There you go. I'm banging on my door handle.
I like it. All right. We got a little, some banging of the handle of the door right there.
That's what Meg Ryan was doing at the table. In the,
Smacking the table,
in
right.
the diner, sure.
Okay. Let's go to Jim. Jim, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yes, 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 yes.
Sounded very proper.
Very
Yes.
proper.
Yes.
Right. Like I felt like he was going to read me some poetry, like
Yes.
Joe Hogsett likes to do afterwards.
It sounded like an accountant answering customers' questions.
You mean I'm going to get a refund?
Yes.
Yes.
How much?
All right, Jim, stay on the phone lines here. Robert is up next. Robert, it's your time to shine, man. Let's hear what you got.
All right. Yes, 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 yes. How about that?
There we go. All right. Thank you, Robert.
These are wholly unimpressive so far.
And now, coming in at number 5, John. John, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. Rock and roll. Go ahead.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right. Wow. This is kind of like when the Colts played the Titans last year. Both teams are bad and somebody's got to win. So
I don't know I don't know. Let's go back to. Can we go back to Pat and have him do it again? I need to hear Pat again.
Pat, can you give it to us one more time, Pat? Is Pat there?
Yes, yes, yes.
He sounds like he's in trouble.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Pat's calling us from the inside of a shark where he's been eaten.
He's got a ball gag strapped to his like a Pulp Fiction.
All right, so Nige, Pat, Carrie, Jim, Robert, or John?
I liked Pat. I honestly I don't know. I'm voting Pat just
Allison?
because it was very scary and unusual and disturbing.
I don't have opinion on this. Thank you all for calling.
All right, we're going to go with Pat.
All
We're
right.
going to go with Pat.
Pat, congratulations.
Stay on the line and...
Should we make him do it one more time?
I don't know if he's alive.
Pat, do it one more time. Do it one more time.
One more time?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Something's messed up with the phone.
Wow, that's... if you've ever wanted to know what it sounds like if somebody's beating the crap out of Mickey Mouse, there you go. Pat, stay on the line, and we'll get you some tickets, and please take care of yourself.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so to make good on a promise that we made yesterday we said if we could get over 100 people to like the YouTube chat by 4:30, we would all do this impression ourselves. So we did it yesterday. Please feel free to jump in and like the YouTube feed and help us get to 100. But a debt is a debt, a bet is a bet. So we're going to go around the horn here and do our best impressions of it. Nige, you go first.
Again, should we play the audio one more time? Play Meg Ryan and the...
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Now I know how Hogshead's interns feel. Oh, that was so gross.
It turned into something else there at the end, didn't it? Unintentionally.
Oh, my skin's crawling.
I turned into something else. Yeah, I'm even kind of weirded out by what I just did.
All right.
How do you think we feel?
Like, it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable. And I'm at the uncomfortable stage now. All right, here we go.
All right, here you go.
Yes! 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 Yes!
The last yes was good.
Yes.
You extended it a little bit.
I was feeling it.
Yeah.
I kind of went rogue with that one.
Now, everybody's been waiting with bated breath, pins and needles here for Allison to do her best impression of Meg Ryan.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Come on!
Could you have at least hit your hand on the...
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What? Sounds like the coupon lady after a few cocktails.
Yeah, it sounds like, now you know how our wives sound.
Made it a little more realistic for you guys.
What I hear every night. Damn.
Oh, that's genius, Allison.
Oh,
that's great.
wow.
Here, let me do an impression of Allison. Yes. 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 Yeah. So wonderful.
There's so many jokes that could be made, but so
man.
many trips to the HR office could be had.
Yep.
So we're going to take the high road, take a little break, and when we come back, a lot of stuff happening around Indy. Yes. Yes. Yes.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Tonight, it is on like Donkey Kong, baby. Game 4. And the place to watch the NBA Finals is the Caesars Sportsbook. It's in Shelbyville, inside that big, beautiful casino, Horseshoe Casino, Indy. Real easy to get there, right off of 74. And when you walk into the Caesars Sportsbook, you're going to have options. You can make tons of wagers on the game. And even if you're not a gambler, the food, amazing. The drink specials, awesome. As a matter of fact, they've got a special drink for tonight's game. They're calling it the Halliburton. Yes, the Halliburton is available if you're watching the NBA Finals at the Caesars Sportsbook in Shelbyville tonight. If you've never been, make tonight your first trip. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. The food is great. The drinks are everywhere. The atmosphere, top-notch. Caesars Sportsbook. In the big casino in Shelbyville, Horseshoe Casino, Indy. Stop by tonight and tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number.
The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are cleaning out inventory. Save up to 50% off Lazy Boys, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel. And if it's in stock, save up to an extra 25% off. Save up to 20% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture. And save up to 50% off floor sample mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. First come, first serve. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
I can confirm with regional sources that a third wave of ballistic missile strike is taking place from Iran toward Israel.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. There have been explosions in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. A senior U.S. official tells Fox News the U.S. is helping Israel to shoot down Iranian missiles, adding there are hundreds of thousands of American citizens and other American assets in Israel, and that the U.S. is working to protect them. No confirmation of what U.S. assets are being used.
There are two U.S. Navy destroyers in the Eastern Mediterranean, the USS Sullivans as well as the USS Arleigh Burke. A third U.S. Navy destroyer, the Thomas Hudner, is steaming as we speak from the Western Mediterranean to the Eastern Mediterranean.
Also just getting word of a call today between President Trump and Israel's prime minister. The president telling Fox earlier that Iran was hit 10 times harder than they thought they would be.
We do know more than 200 Israeli jets participated in the first wave of strikes, not only hitting the Iranians' capital, but nuclear facilities, also killing nuclear scientists and top IRGC leadership, including the head of the IRGC, Hussein Salami. Fox News has learned new information about the strikes that targeted individuals. An Israeli security source tells us that more than 20 sites were hit in less than 15 minutes, aimed solely at taking out these people.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. President Trump has urged Iran to make a nuclear deal. The British and French leaders calling for de-escalation today. Russia's president also calling for a return to diplomacy after calls with the Israeli prime minister and Iran's president. The fighting rattling Wall Street. The Dow down 769 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A fire at a popular restaurant, and it's the second time. A 70% chance for rain this afternoon, most of it right now north of the Indy Metro. You've got 77 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A fire at the Country Kitchen Soul Food restaurant on College Avenue in Indy. It was started accidentally by welders working on the side of the building. One person went to the hospital with smoke inhalation. You may remember the restaurant was destroyed by fire in 2020 and built back. The fire was much smaller this time, and the place is still open. A child molester gets out of prison and didn't have to register as a sex offender. John Herrick explains why.
Daniel Kelly was sentenced to 72 years in prison after pleading guilty to multiple counts of child molesting and child exploitation. Kelly's daughter, Kimber Amonette, tells Wish TV she saw him in May while she was working.
I had an emotional breakdown. I was so distraught. I couldn't even focus on the rest of the day's work.
She had been molested by him when she was a kid. In 2001, the state tried enforcing retroactive sex offender registration, but Indiana's Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional in 2009. Kelly was arrested again, though, and taken to an intake facility in Plainfield because investigators say he had parole violations.
Damaged reputations and drained bank accounts because of a former farm equipment dealer named Dustin Eckelbarger, finally arrested today by Indiana State Police.
It was determined that he collected over $750,000 through fabricated purchase orders.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass from the Peru District.
And secured more than $650,000 in loans under the names of local farmers.
Numerous fraud and forgery charges against Eckelbarger. Glass also has info on a cluster of crashes this afternoon.
Yeah, so there was a report of a superload, an extra wide load that had been going through a construction zone, US 31 near Logansport Road, Miami County. That's going to delay some traffic for today as we get him turned around and on his way. And then currently during that time, there was a crash involving injury near the US 31 and 100 North.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text TEAR to 369369. That's TEAR to 369369. TEAR to 369369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Northeast side, it's Lawrence where we wrecked northbound 465 at Fall Creek. Left lane is closed. Traffic stop and go back to Penn Pike for a 5-minute delay. Crash College Avenue at 34th Street. Inbound 69, 6-minute delay, 106 down, 282nd. Southbound 65, slow from west into the Northwood down to the Southwood, delay at 4 minutes. And then a crash on the south side, Southport Road at Gray. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts, filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Friday night, it is going to be a cloudy and warm one. However, there's a good chance, maybe 90% or higher in your neighborhood, of some showers, maybe even storms, although severe weather not looking likely. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Jordan Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Hammer, I'm loving Indy this weekend downtown. It's starting tonight with the Pacers playoffs. You said the outdoor watch party, though. Are you sure it's canceled?
I saw the post on the Pacers official verified account earlier.
And that's because of weather, right?
Correct. See if I can scroll back and find it.
But there's so much going on.
Game 4 watch party has been canceled due to inclement weather.
But you know what? The bars have roofs over them.
They do.
And
Shelbyville, Horseshoe Casino, Indy down there.
Sure.
Caesar Sportsbook, they got roofs. So you need a place to watch the game. There's no shortage.
But there's no shortage of stuff to do this Father's Day weekend. There's the Caitlin Clark is back, from what I hear.
Yes.
There's a game on Saturday at Cambridge.
She has been activated. She will be in the lineup tomorrow. So if you're going to check out the Fever game, Caitlin's back.
Indians games all weekend long. Italian Fest downtown. They sent us some food earlier.
So good.
Incredible. I mean, we've got parades. We've got protests.
We do. We got a little something for everybody this weekend. Now, tomorrow, Indy is one of those cities that's part of this nationwide No Kings protest. This is an organized thing. Surprise, surprise. And it's happening in cities all over the country where if you're mad about Donald Trump and you're pissed off.
If you have TDS, come down to what?
The State House.
Oh, the State House at noon.
Yeah, noon to 3.
And just scream for 3 hours.
Scream at the sky, do that kind of stuff. If you want to do that, that's great. Just don't throw any bricks, don't set any fires, don't write graffiti, and we're not going to have a problem here. That's all we're asking for. Yeah. Like what happened before the Pacers game the other night, that's fine. Like there were protest groups there. They were upset about ICE or something. I don't know, whatever the cause du jour is now.
Anti-ICE, yes, the anti-deportation people.
No fighting, no graffiti. Things kind of got loud, but that was it. That was it. That's fine.
It got louder on the other end of the spectrum.
It did,
with
too.
Pacers fans chanting USA at the hundreds of people that were out here, quote unquote, protesting whatever they thought their cause was.
I love that, man. And if you're going to the game tonight, just because I'm superstitious, do it again. Somebody start a USA chant when you guys are walking in. I don't care if there's protesters out there or not.
I was going to say I hadn't heard of any protests tonight.
Oh, there isn't going to be, at least not scheduled. But again, it worked the last time. Somebody just be the leader. USA! And get it going.
I'm wearing the exact same thing I wore on Wednesday.
Okay.
Boxers, socks, undershirt, all included. And
nice.
Not washed. And my wife was repulsed by me today. I showered, but I same everything, including the boxers.
You're doing the right thing.
Okay.
She needs to understand you're doing the right thing here. Not all heroes wear capes, Nige. We've got news from the Indianapolis Colts. They have announced that they're going to put Jim Irsay into the Ring of Honor in their home opener, the very first game of the season against the Dolphins this year.
Okay.
Today would have been Jim Irsay's 66th birthday.
Way too young, man.
Man, he was young. Like, he did some living, right? We've talked about that before. Jim Irsay, quote, did some living, but gone way too soon, man. The Colts also said they are developing additional opportunities for the fans to remember and honor the legacy of Jim Irsay in the weeks leading up to that home opener.
I'll be honest, I'd like to see, I know he took his collection of instruments and things, his museum or whatever, out on tour. I've never seen that. I would like to take a look at that. I know they had that on display at Lucas Oil at one point.
There's a few items at the airport. At least there were last time I was there, like a month or two ago. I think it's one of those things where maybe they change like every month or two, but they had some items from the Jim Irsay collection up there. Like interesting stuff. Abraham Lincoln's glasses, like a guitar from Prince, and just the most obscure bits of Americana that you can find. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I think I'd rather have, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'd rather have Prince's guitar on display than Abe Lincoln's readers.
I think I'm more into Lincoln. I'm more into history stuff. You're the rock and roll guy. Like,
no, I mean, I'm just saying. It's just
you would lose the readers.
Yeah, I would like just a little clear box with readers in them, or just a giant display of Prince's cool guitar.
I mean, the guitar is cool, but
I'm just,
I don't know. Just it feels like Lincoln is so long ago. But if you really think about it, it kind of wasn't. People have items of George Washington's, and I kind of think that stuff's cool. I don't know. I'm a history nerd, so I would lean more toward the readers. I've seen Prince play the guitar. I've seen him on Super Bowl. I've never seen Abraham Lincoln. Where are we at with this? An employee at a Family Dollar here in Indy was arrested after a shoplifter came in, stole something, and then the employee chased down the shoplifter and shot him in the anus. Jerome Stepp fired 2 shots.
In the anus?
Fired 2 shots. The guy stopped the stolen merch with the second one, hit him right in the backside. And now Jerome is facing 2 felony charges for aggravated battery and criminal recklessness.
So before we move on, it shot him in the butt, like a butt cheek, not like right in the...
I think it went in the hole.
I don't...
That'll bring you down. That'll bring you down.
That'll take you right down.
It will.
But I first of all, I know for a fact, we've texted Guy Relford about this. You can't do that.
To quote George Costanza, was that wrong?
You can't. I understand. Look, these people that walk into these retail outlets and run out with stuff, it sucks. And there's nothing. Don't put your life at risk, and don't put your freedom at risk. I mean, this guy again, the employee had the gun and fired at the guy that was trying to run away. You
Left
can't
the
fire,
store, chased him down.
You can't do it.
Right. Now, think about this the other way around. Is there anything in the Family Dollar that's worth being shot in the butthole? Is there anything inside the Family Dollar to where you're thinking the risk reward is worth it? I don't think there is. It's not like he robbed the cash register.
Yeah, but I don't know that the robber anticipated the overzealous clerk and his firearm behind the counter.
I bet he won't do it again.
He's not going to do it again.
So I'm all right with it. Like, I hate the fact that the guy chased him down and shot him is going to be the one that's in trouble in this whole situation.
I do too.
Zubilation is tonight. Big fundraiser.
I forgot about Zubilation.
For the zoo.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Zubilation?
A couple times, yeah.
I've been a couple times as well. It's kind of fun to dress up, right? To prove to everybody I own something more than basketball shorts and a Who Farted t-shirt. It's kind of nice to put...
But see, that's the kind of thing now that is acceptable at Zubilation.
It gets kind of wacky now, doesn't it?
Yeah, people dress up like in unusual costumes and stuff. I rented a tux one year. It was like 90 degrees.
It was like a black tie kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? So if anybody's going to that bad boy tonight, tag us in a picture of yourself. If you look like $1 million damn dollars, send us your pictures, tag us, because let's be honest, part of the perk of dressing up is to prove to everybody every once in a while you don't look like a bum. So if you're dressed to the nines tonight, tag us in a post at Hammer and Nigel. And this brings us to great moments in zoo history. There was a group of school kids doing a field trip to the Bronx Zoo.
Okay.
And there was a couple gorillas in there. Well, one gorilla walked over to the other gorilla and gave him a below-the-belt kiss.
Oh.
Take a listen.
Oh my God! Oh no! Don't look, Josie.
You know what's going on there, right? If I say below-the-belt kiss, I think you can figure it out.
Guys, oh no, don't look. Oh no, God, no.
Can I hear it one more time, please, Allison? Listen for the moment. Oh no!
Oh no, it's Matt.
Before we hit the traffic center with Matt Baer, we've reached that point in the weekend where producer Allison puts together the best sound clips of the week.
Oh, this is my favorite.
It's a weekend review here at the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Okay, so let's note that Nigel sits down to pee.
Rocky Marciano! Rocky Marciano! That's the one! That's the one they got!
I mean, which one of us in this room hasn't had a roadie at one point or another?
It's kind of like Jumbo Shrimp. Cancels each other out. Jumbo Shrimp, mostly peaceful riot.
I'm not a military expert, if you didn't know.
Hey, the homeless people, they don't deserve to have pecans.
Two words come to mind. Kissing cousins.
Oh,
my God, they sold us some sort of defective pet.
Did you ever have a belly full of Bombas and warm Budweiser in you, Allison?
It's pretty embarrassing, though, if you died from drinking urine accidentally, though.
Like
cookie dough. Strawberry milk. Yeah.
Love. Exciting and new.
There it is. Producer Allison's Week in Review.
Joe Hogsett there at the end with the Love Boat theme song.
Probably part of his poetry moments to some staff members.
Allegedly.
Hey, Matt Baer, what's up?
What's happening, Hammer? Looking at Lawrence, northeast side crash, northbound 465 at Fall Creek, fast lane block, traffic stop, and go back to I-70 for a 12-minute delay. Southbound lanes on the east side also slow after Penn Pike down to Brookville Road. Inbound 65 slow west to Meridian Penn. Stop and go traffic in the construction delay southbound 6570 from the north split down to the south split delayed 8 minutes. Crash east side Washington Street at Kitley Liberty Avenue crash south side, Southport Road at Gray, and a crash College Avenue at 34th. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar, get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
77 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Come on back. Is This Anything is next.
When it comes to your furnace, when it comes to your air conditioning, when it comes to home maintenance, we only deal with American Standard Heating and Air because they are built to a higher standard. Here is Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers right here in Central Indy.
How about Family Heating and Air? The Morris family and their staff ready to hook you up this summer. You could call Rachel, you could call Marcus, or you could call Malia today to make sure that AC unit is rocking and rolling and ready for the hot air that's coming later in the summer. Family Heating and Air always encourages you to call them for a free second opinion. So if you got a quote from somebody else that doesn't look right, call Family because nobody cares for you like Family. 317-577-8077. Ask about that indoor air quality as well. 577-8077. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month, or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. Search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? A group of tourists are now getting heat after they were recorded approaching a wild bison with their baby.
I saw this on the news. Yeah.
Here are people that recorded what happened. Rob and Jennifer weighing in.
Honestly, it was shocking. I can understand if you want to go up and think you can get close to a bison, but to bring a small toddler.
There's signs everywhere, but yet nobody pays attention to them. I get it as an adult. You're thinking, oh, it won't happen to me, but you're going to do it with your kids. That's what really dumbfounded us on all of it.
Yeah, a bison will F you up.
Right.
Okay? Like there's just certain animals that they look docile. They look kind of goofy, like Mr. Snuffleupagus. But a bison will destroy you. Now, if you haven't had, a bison burger, Ted's Montana Grill there at Trader's Point, you're missing. You're letting the best in life pass you by.
Good meat, good bison meat.
Oh man, but yeah, I saw this footage. I'm like, what are you doing?
Get your baby away from a charging wild animal.
Not only your baby, of course your baby, but get away totally. Don't walk up to a bison. And it's the same with like moose and elk. Those are big bastard animals. I mean, those are mean. They will F you the F up.
You're not winning a fight against those animals.
No, you're dying. My buddies went hiking in, where were they? Like somewhere where there's elk and moose, like Utah or somewhere like that. Like they went hiking in Arizona. And they came up on one of those things, and they were scared S-less.
I get it.
They because it was so just gigantic, and it wasn't a bison. It was, I think it was elk. Maybe it was a moose, but don't mess with those things.
That's their home court. You're going into their home, so tread lightly. Is this anything? An Air India plane headed from India to London crashed yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
Shortly after takeoff.
Man.
242 people were on board, and just one person survived.
Devastating.
Someone says they were on that plane's previous flight a few hours before and documented how nothing seemed to be working.
What?
Check this out.
We are almost about to taxi, but this AC is not working. And as usual, your TV screens are also not working. Neither this button for calling the cabin crew. Nothing is working. Nothing. Not even the light is working.
Lights out, AC's out.
TV, the thing that you call the stewardess with, the flight attendant, it's not working. And you're saying this guy that's the same plane?
Yes.
And he was just on that plane? And the next time that plane took off, it crashed with all those people on board?
Shortly after takeoff, right.
Holy crap. Something's weird. Something's not right with that, man. I've heard a lot of stuff. I don't know that anything nefarious was necessarily going on, but that plane was not right. Something about the flaps on the wings or something like it got 600 feet in the air and it just went into a residential area. That kind of thing just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, man.
And how would you feel if you were this guy and you were on that flight?
Yeah.
Like, you got to feel like you were kissed by an angel, but at the same time, you look at what happened to all these innocent people that were on that plane.
One guy survived.
Yeah.
One guy out of a couple of hundred survived. You talk about survivor's guilt. Man, I don't want to get, serious here for a second, but I would be messed up for life after that. Or, I guess, maybe it would change my life.
Seth MacFarlane talks about this. He was supposed to be on one of those flights that got hijacked by the 9/11 hijackers.
Yeah, and he overslept.
And he missed this flight, and I think it was one of the ones that crashed into the World Trade Center. So, yeah, there's such a thing as survivor's guilt. Last one here.
All right.
Is this anything? Director Steven Spielberg celebrating the 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws.
Whoa, no way.
By introducing a special airing of it on NBC later this month.
Cool.
Is that anything?
Yeah, I'll watch it. like if there's like some sort of behind the scenes stuff or some commentary, I'll watch it. Yeah, Jaws is the first exposure. So it's 50 years old. So it came out in 75, obviously, and I was born in 76. I didn't even know what a shark was until I watched Jaws with my dad for the first time. I don't even know if I'd been to the ocean yet. And Spielberg, even 50 years ago, brilliant, genius director. And I mean, you think about that movie, and like nobody wanted to go to the ocean.
Right.
I don't care where you were. This was up. Like, where did it take place? Up on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take place like in the Gulf of Mexico or anything like that.
Right.
It was like, I don't know where it took place, but it was terrifying. And the music was, the score was genius.
And think about the mayor of Jaws, right? We used to think he was like the bottom level mayor, the worst you could get as a mayor, the mayor in Jaws. But I got to be honest, if given my options of Joe Hogsett or the mayor in Jaws, sign me up for the mayor of Jaws.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana dual eligible special needs plan, a D-SNP may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
All right, seriously, you need to check out the Caesar Sportsbook in Shelbyville tonight for the NBA Finals. It's Game 4. They've got a special cocktail in there for you tonight. It's called the Halliburton. Halliburton. See what they did there? You got to get that drink. So if you need a place to watch the game, or if you're looking for date night, you want to go out and have a little fun, see some action, have some excitement, hear some music, play some games, have some food, check it out. The big casino in Shelbyville. It's called Horseshoe Casino Indy. It's right off of 74, not that far from Indy. And I'm telling you, Caesar Sportsbook on the inside, it's limitless. You can bet on so many different things there. The food is amazing. The bar staff is top notch. You get your food quickly. You get your drink quickly. And tonight, the special is the Halliburton. Stop by there tonight, and if you order that drink, say, I heard Hammer from Hammer and Nigel talking about it.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A murder on Indy's west side. Most of the rain on radar in northern Indiana and north of the Indy Metro. But you do have a 7 in 10 chance of getting wet this afternoon and evening. Right now it's 77 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. The killing this morning on Tibbs near 10th in the Hawville community. Police say a man was found dead just after 9:30. He had been shot. Police did not identify the man publicly and have not announced any arrests. The California National Guard will remain federalized for now, following an appeals court ruling Thursday night. Fox's Jeff Paul reports from the streets of L.A.
In the initial ruling, a U.S. district judge had said Trump's deployment of the National Guard both exceeded the scope of his statutory authority and violated the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. There's going to be a hearing this coming Tuesday, and the National Guard will likely remain in L.A. until then. President Trump posting on social media thanking the appeals court for their decision, repeating the line, if he hadn't sent the military into L.A., the city would have been burning to the ground. Now, all this happening as we're expecting the arrival of roughly 700 Marines to add to the protection operations here. They've been in Seal Beach for the last couple of days training.
Israel attacked Iran's nuclear program and military sites after months of attempted nuclear negotiations by the U.S. Fox's Jennifer Griffin from the Pentagon.
U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, is moving more air and naval assets into the region. It's clear that Israel avoided targeting Iran's civilian leaders, and President Trump, who's been meeting with his national security team, says he would like Iran to return to the negotiating table, but a number of those who were at the negotiating table representing Iran at the talks were killed. The U.S. had pulled some assets from the region after the Houthi operation ended a month ago. The U.S. has one aircraft carrier strike group in the Middle East right now. Deception was a key part of the launch of this operation. Israel's Mossad built a secret drone base deep inside Iran.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Mark Dietel, the only local real estate agent I would trust to sell my home, the only local real estate agent I trust to find me a new one. How about John in Greencastle? He bought a home in Greencastle, right? But shortly after, his son moved to Fishers, which left him an hour away from family and 45 minutes from work. So John thought he made a big mistake and felt stuck since he'd only been in his home less than a year. Not a problem for the Mark Dietel team. They delivered big. John's home sold in 14 days for the price he needed so he could move closer to family and work.
Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Pick your move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Mark Dietel makes this easy. All you have to do is reach out to him. Call him right now, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, northeast side crash, northbound 465, north of East 56th Street, left lane block. Traffic stop and go back to I-70. Our delay time right now is at 16 minutes. Westbound 70 slow to the north split from rural. Southbound 6570 on a construction delay from the north split to the south split, and that is a 7-minute delay right now. If you're going to the NBA Finals, Gainbridge Fieldhouse for the Pacers, the city streets look pretty good right now. Just be careful. Watch out for all the construction in downtown Indianapolis. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Friday evening is going to be a stormy, mild, and muggy one outside with over an 80% chance of showers in most neighborhoods, even a few thunderstorms around. However, severe weather will unlikely develop. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Arsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Father's Day is Sunday. Dear Dad, you are the best. We're taking you to Hooters so you can stare at wings.
93 WIBC.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He is the best traffic reporter in the city of Indianapolis. He's a lean, mean, vaping machine, Matt Bear.
Thank you. All are true.
This is where we get the spike on the YouTube cameras. When we put that dedicated camera on Matt Bear, you can just watch the YouTube count go up, baby.
How many vapes, machines do you own, do you think?
Oh, I had to go to the backup yesterday.
Oh, really? Yeah, you lose one?
No, I forgot this one, my main at work, and I had to get the backup out at home.
Oh,
it was a tough
okay.
day. I was scared, man. You don't want to be without that.
It's like me with my readers. Like, I can't read my cell phone without my readers, so I have a set of readers in my toilet, next to my bed, next to the couch. Same with you with vape.
Oh, yeah. I've got them all over the apartment.
Next to the toilet, next to the bed, same places, actually.
It's a one-bedroom apartment. You can't walk through the foyer without hitting a vape. It's just littered all over.
Man, it's a busy weekend here, Matt. Nigel and I have been talking about this all afternoon. Pacers, NBA Finals, Caitlin Clark back with the fever, maybe possible protest action happening tomorrow.
Parades on Mass Ave.
Italian Fest, Zubilation, tons of stuff going on. So I can only assume that everybody's going to be able to get to where they need to go without any sort of hiccups and plenty of places to park.
It's going to be easy. It's going to be the easiest thing you've done all year.
Shockingly simple.
Yeah, shockingly simple. I do have some good news as far as traffic goes. We thought 65 was going to close south of downtown for the weekend, and that is not happening now because of the weather and the NBA Finals. So they were kind of moved it back a day, but we do have full closures coming up next weekend. As far as downtown itself, man, and I just said this a couple seconds ago, you got to watch out for the construction, especially say it's been a year since you've been to downtown Indianapolis, and you're just coming down for the first time in a long time. Some of these streets, like by 65 downtown, 65, 70, are now two ways instead of one way. So you have to plan for that. So I'm just suggesting everybody allow a little bit extra time. Wednesday for the game was absolute bedlam if you're trying to find parking spaces downtown. So even if you park a little ways away from Gamebridge Field, that's maybe Uber in, that would be something I would do just to make it a better night, man. Just make it better without that anxiety.
And on top of that, the security that they have for the NBA Finals. Like, I remember people posting on social media all this past week, oh my God, ICE is in Indy. Homeland Security is in Indy. No, the NBA Finals are in Indy, and this is standard procedure.
ISIS around Gamebridge Fieldhouse. I saw one at the Indians game.
But man, we got so much stuff going on, and you're right. If you haven't been downtown, the Cliff's Notes are all the streets are closed and potholes are everywhere. Do I have this covered, Matt?
It's 100% accurate. It's absolute bedlam. And I've got a great gig, man. I love my job. So me complaining about my 10-minute commute in the afternoon seems really weak to me. But I've had to change my route like a dozen times in 2 months, man. And I know downtown better than I've known anything my entire life. And just to find a way to not hit a construction zone is very difficult. And that's why I'm recommending that you do treat it like 500 rules. Indy 500 rules, arrive early. Plan on maybe using a ride share. Get a scooter, one of the damn scooters that I hate so much. Use them. People are going to be careful to watch out for you. But just do everything you can to make it easy on you. You'll have a better time, I promise.
How you feel about this Pacers game tonight?
I feel good. I feel really good. I was talking.
That weirds me out. You know how it weirds me out.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Wrong answer, Matt.
Wrong answer. Here, I was talking to Jeff Boggs about this, not Kenny Rogers, who filled in for you, Hammer. And we were having a discussion about how we wanted this thing to go to Game 6. And this is going to sound crazy. If the Thunder have a 3-2 lead coming into Game 6 in Indianapolis, that is going to be the craziest sports atmosphere we've ever had downtown. And I really believe that. Now, you have the Super Bowl, sure. You have the Colts beating the Patriots in the AFC title game. Two huge sports dates.
Even if the Pacers have a 3-2 lead, we can close them out in Game 6.
They can close them out in Game 6,
Gotcha.
But the anxiety and the panic if the Thunder have a 3-2 lead.
Got it.
Coming into Game 6. I mean, we are all going to be out of our minds because this is playoff basketball. It's championship
And we're
basketball.
jilted lovers, right? I remember 94. Like the Pacers led the Knicks 3-2, Game 6 back at Market Square Arena. Oh, this is it. You know, screw Spike Lee, screw John Starks. And man, they came in here and beat the Pacers and won Game 7.
Yeah, that was a tough out. I remember now that you bring it up. And Patrick Ewing, just to beat Patrick Ewing would have been awesome. But yeah, we could have that kind of atmosphere for Game 6, and I'm here for it. Whatever it is, if we're up 3-2, if we're down 3-2, whatever the case may be, it is going to be bedlam. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Speaking of things you're here for, I think we're all on the same page with this. I think we are. Spaceballs 2. The trailer is out. Woo! Mel Brooks is a part of Spaceballs Part 2.
At 98 years old.
And he looks great at 98, man. He's funny. He's telling jokes. Like, dude's almost a hundy, but the new trailer, the teaser trailer for Spaceballs 2, I thought was hilarious.
I thought it was fantastic. Mel Brooks' comedic timing, and I know he just had one joke, was so perfect and spot on in this trailer. It was so Mel Brooks, and Spaceballs is still one of the perfect comedies in my mind. I could pop that bad boy in at any time. And Mel Brooks, he gets into this trailer, and I should have pulled it, but he gets into this trailer and he says, for a long time now, we've been listening to exactly what the fans want. And instead, we gave him Spaceballs, too. And I couldn't even do it justice how well Mel Brooks pulled off this line.
Right.
Because it was so deadpan. It was so sincere. And I'm like, I will be the first in line to get tickets for this movie.
I think everybody's favorite scene is the combing the desert. I mean, right? Come on. Like, we're combing the desert. We ain't found.
We're not found. I laugh at that every single time. I mean, the whole movie is just one gag after another. It's a perfect
She doesn't look Drewish.
Right. You're her old nose.
Do we know if Rick Moranis is reprising his role?
Yes.
Really? Because he's been out of the Hollywood game for a while. He retired.
It's what I read on the internet. I read it a couple of spots. That, he's coming out just to do this.
Wow.
Now, obviously, we can't have Barf because John Candy is no longer with us. But, I'm here for it. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite parody movies of all time was Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Tell me about supporting sobriety. You and your colleague in the newsroom, Ryan Hedrick, you guys have this podcast, Supporting Sobriety, where you guys talk about your addictions, different addictions for you and Ryan, but it's really designed for the people that are in the inner circle of those battling that addiction.
Yeah, that's who we talk to, the people we tormented through our addictions. I'm a recovering alcoholic and an opiate addict. Ryan is a recovering addict, and we really want to help the caregiver make this lifetime amends. And we just did an episode, and it was about how you've heard of a sponsor. Maybe a sponsor is kind of like a mentor in recovery. He tells you, what works for me and that kind of thing. But you also have the caregiver over here, like a wife, a mother, a father, people that we did torment through the addiction. So they have two different roles, but sometimes they kind of come into conflict. So
interesting.
That's what the latest episode is about on supporting sobriety. You can find it at Apple, Spotify, wherever you like to go. One of the things we got into talking about this is Ryan just had a big sobriety birthday. I'm so happy and proud of this guy. And I have one coming up later this month. And
what is it?
It's going to be 4 years, June 27th, without drinking or drugging. So, God has blessed me. But one of the things that we discussed is it gets harder, guys. I mean, when you first sober up, especially as bad as I was, like blowing a 0.10, 0.30 throughout the day. I mean, I was an alcoholic. First thing you think of, I was it. And when you first sober up out of that, you're on this thing called the pink cloud, and you're so excited to be sober. Everything's great. You're meeting all these new friends in recovery, this new friend group.
Yeah.
And you're going to free meals, and everything is cool, and people are forgiving you. How do you stay sober without that pink cloud? Because it's kind of like a relationship or a marriage. When you first get into it, you're having sex all the time. There's all those butterflies, and you're crawling into bed together, and shower sex, everything else.
And by the end, you sound like Allison doing the impression of When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
You can't fake your sobriety.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. You shouldn't fake your sobriety. But as you get into this, it's like, how do you stay sober? And when you start to approach long-term recovery, how do you keep going and live that sober life?
As the caregiver, you want to love and support them, and you want to keep them clean. Of course, that decision is up to us whether or not we stay clean. We're the ultimate end all on making that decision whether to use or drink. But at the same time, you're helping all these people. And that's the cool thing. While your mom may be worried about you, and I'm not saying she is, you're helping like a dozen people throughout the day. It's like it's already been passed on. The torch has already been passed, and that is the beautiful thing about recovery caregiver is you can be worried, but remember, part of us staying recovery. You said this to me yesterday on the phone. We have to give it away to keep it. Yeah, it is such a bizarre concept. It is. It's a paradox.
Wow. And Ryan and I, we're talking about this. You have to give away your sobriety to keep it, which means you have to share your stories, and you have to go out and help other alcoholics and addicts. That's how you stay sober through these 4 years, is to keep that humility. Ryan Hedrick is
the perfect example of somebody who's sponsoring people, goes to meetings every single day. I mean, he's the guy that you watch out for, you want to become if you're in recovery. And he's taught me a lot about that, giving it away to keep it. If I want to stay sober, I have to give away my sobriety to someone else.
Well, I'm proud of both of you guys, Matt. Man. And where can somebody find the podcast?
It's Supporting Sobriety, Spotify, Apple, wherever you want to find that. Your major podcast providers, we're everywhere. You can also find us on X and Instagram at sobriety_pod. We'd love to have you.
Matthew, you're the best.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I absolutely love sitting out on our front patio with the patio furniture we bought from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. They hooked us up with such amazing quality. By the way, they're cleaning out inventory right now. You can save up to 50% off Lazy Boys, Smith Brothers. If it's in stock, you could save up to an extra 25% off. Free delivery, first come, first serve. Sale ends Monday.
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. These guys have been partners with us on the Hammer and Nigel Show for a long time. They support us, and they support the listeners of this show. So next time you need a new mattress, a new couch, a new love seat, check out Thompson Furniture and Mattress. It's in Columbus, family owned and operated since 1927, and they still have free delivery and setup if you live within 70 miles of their store. Awesome family business, and make sure you check them out online, thompsonfurniture.net. Be sure to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
The month of May has raced by at Sundown Gardens in Miss M's Home and Garden. Denny Smith here. The June sales are now on. Come shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. It's 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. And if you're shopping for Poly patio furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville for 20% off their patio furniture. Visit Sundown Gardens at 186th Street, Spring Mill Road in Westfield, or Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
The WIBC mashup is everything you love, from fiery debates to laugh out loud takes, all in one podcast. No weak sauce, just the best of the day each weekday. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Bear, what's up?
Westbound 70 stop and go traffic, Sherman Drive into the north split, continuing to the south split. That is jammed up. for a delay time of 12 minutes. Northbound 65 slow South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. If you're coming into Gamebridge here tonight, I do see a slowdown eastbound 70 from West Street to Meridian, Illinois. So that's backed up a little bit if you're coming into downtown Indianapolis. Crash clear northbound 465 at Fall Creek. Eastbound 465 stop and go Keystone to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 78 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Again, coming up about 5:30. Singer Clayton Anderson will join us in studio for Beer Sample Friday and Celebrity Beer Bong. But first, Nige, let's make so much damn money we can buy an Indiana Republican. These are my bets for the Pacers and Thunder game tonight. I went 3-0 the other night.
Yeah, nice.
Which means I'm due to go 0-4 tonight.
Okay.
But let's try to fight against that. Tonight, I'm Captain Over.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain, Captain Over.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Captain, your navigator, Mr. Unger, and your first officer, Mr. Dunn.
Unger? Over. Over. Done.
Under.
I've got a bunch of overs that I'm in on tonight. TJ McConnell, over 3.5 assists.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Tyrese Halliburton, over 18.5 points.
Over? Did you say over?
Over.
Damn right I said over. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Thunder. This is a big number. 33.5.
Wait a minute. What's this? This ain't enough.
It's not enough. We're going over.
It's not enough.
The other night, I kicked myself because I thought about betting Benedict Mathurin over 10.5 points, and he had the game of his playoff career coming off the bench.
Yeah.
To quote George W. Bush, I'm not going to get fooled again.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Not going to get fooled again, baby. I'm riding the lightning. We are over 10.5 on Benedict Mathurin points off the bench tonight. Those are my bets. Again, I'm not a parlay guy. I make individual bets. I think parlay bets are kind of sucker bets, but
I love them.
If you want to do it, knock yourself out. And again, the goal is to win so much money we can bribe Indiana Republicans. From what I've been told, it's not that hard to do. Don't go anywhere. Top stories and Frances Martell of Breitbart. She joins us next.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings just had them back to my house a second time. They came in and made my utility room concrete floor, which was all gross and cracked and uneven and stained. They put a coating over it. In as little as a day, it's 4 times stronger. It looks so much better. And they did the same thing to my garage floor. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. Check out their website. It's really easy to get a free quote. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070, and tell them Nigel sent you.
You probably have a dream retirement in mind, but do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104 to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Your mortgage payments. The National Foundation for Credit Counseling is a nonprofit organization that has helped consumers in situations just like yours for more than 60 years. Our certified housing specialists will work with you to review your finances and create a custom plan that's right for your specific situation. NFCC member agencies provide free and affordable help and meet U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development standards. Call 866-687-6322 or visit mortgagehelpnow.org.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Tel Aviv, yet another indication that the city is under direct attack.
Iran retaliating for a devastating Israeli operation that began overnight, targeting Iranian nuclear sites and some individuals, killing 4 top generals and nuclear scientists. Attacks planned for a long time. Iran hitting back with 3 waves of missiles so far. Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
You could see those ballistic missiles streaming through the skies of Israel's second largest city. Some of them were intercepted above us with Israel's advanced missile defense capabilities, from the David Sling to the Arrow 2 and 3 systems. But an Israeli intelligence source confirming to Fox News that the Americans are also helping to shoot down these incoming missiles.
U.S. officials tell Fox News both Navy and Army assets are being used to help defend Israel. Israeli officials say Iran crossed a red line by targeting population centers. The fighting comes just a few days before the U.S. and Iran were scheduled to hold a 6th round of nuclear talks in Oman. Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House.
An official here says President Trump did speak with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Friday. The president says Iran was given chance after chance to make a deal over its nuclear program and can still do so.
Israel says its operation is self-defense. The U.S. tells the UN Security Council it will continue to seek a diplomatic resolution that prevents Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. The Mideast fighting prompting precautions in New York City.
In light of Israel's attack on Iran last night, we are deploying additional resources to a wide range of religious, cultural, and diplomatic institutions across the city.
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, the New York governor, has said there are no credible threats at this time. Flooding in Texas now blamed for at least 10 deaths in San Antonio. The search continues for others missing. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm still going for it, even with 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A home invasion reported in Fishers. Light showers showing up on radar in the Indy metro. And the National Weather Service says conditions are right for you to maybe even see a cold air funnel this afternoon. 70% chance for rain. It's 77 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Jake McDaniel with what's known so far about 2 people busting into a house on the east side of Fishers.
It happened early Thursday around 6:30. I'm Jake McDaniel. The home was invaded
located on Brookmere Avenue, which is in the Britton Falls community, not too far from Cynthian Road.
Police say a woman was attacked in that break-in and was sent to the hospital. Arrested 24-year-old Elijah Oates and 25-year-old Dekez Stockdale. In addition to the break-in, Oates is charged with sexual battery. A murder on Tibbs Avenue near 10th Street in the Hawville area this morning. Just after 9:30, police found a man dead there. He'd been shot. They have not released his name and have not announced an arrest. No power in the house, and the generator nearly killed them. That's why two people, Alexia Turner and Adam Meese, were put under arrest by Evansville police. A child called the cops when the two didn't wake up. When the cops got there, the house stank of human waste. There was mold and dirty dishes and evidence of drug use. The child said the power had been turned off this week. The generator Meese brought was venting right into the living room. Everyone had to be treated for carbon monoxide poisoning. A meeting of former Indiana governors. Jarrett Lewis with more.
Eric Holcomb, Mike Pence, and Mitch Daniels all taking part in a panel discussion at the One Zone Chamber of Commerce luncheon in Noblesville on Thursday.
You have to attract your workforce. You got to birth it or attract it and keep it here to grow it. And you have to make sure it's healthy, and you have to make sure it's educated.
The most recent former governor, Eric Holcomb, there saying the state always needs a skillful workforce. Meanwhile,
I commend Governor Braun and members of the General Assembly for a great budget session, continuing us on a good path of fiscal discipline.
Former governor and Vice President Mike Pence believes current Governor Mike Braun is working hard for Hoosiers.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month, or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Westbound 70 stop and go from Emerson Avenue into the North Split, an 8-minute delay. And southbound 6570 jammed up from the North Split down to the South Split, and that's because of road construction delayed 6 minutes. Looking at the downtown streets for finals traffic heading in to Gamebridge Fieldhouse. And yeah, we have some congestion on southbound west before Washington Street. Maryland Street still looking okay as you make your way over to Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Just stay safe. Watch out for those construction zones. Eastbound 70 slow after Harding to Meridian, Illinois. And a crash on the west side. Rockville Road at Girls School Road. A crash east side, Washington and Kitley. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Friday night, it is going to be a cloudy and warm one. However, there's a good chance, maybe 90% or higher in your neighborhood, of some showers, maybe even storms, although severe weather not looking likely. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Israel striking deep inside Iran, killing various military leaders, nuclear scientists, uranium enrichment facilities. For the breakdown, everything you need to know about this, why this is important, how this affects us in the United States, we'll bring on Francis Martel, Breitbart News International editor. Francis, talk about the size and the scope and the precision and the damage in Iran, and then maybe we can get into the weeds of why Israel did this.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me back, first of all. A really momentous day. I don't want to say this is fully unprecedented because history is very long, but we would have to go back many, many years to find a military operation designed to target and eliminate the senior leaders of a foreign military this way, and to do it so effectively. And as far as we know, there have been no outside confirmations of civilian casualties. Iran claims that there are, but they haven't identified any of the casualties, and no outside actors have agreed. So it was just a very clean strike. It really, so here's what we know that was eliminated. So there were multiple Iranian nuclear facilities, uranium enrichment facilities, that were targeted. Because Iran is so secretive, we don't know the extent of the destruction. We just know that the strikes hit their targets. What we do know from Iran is the individuals that were taken out. The biggest name that we know was eliminated is Major General Hossein Salami, who is the head of the Islamic Republican Guard Corps, the IRGC. That's a terrorist organization, a U.S. designated terror organization.
And he's the baddest of the bad. He's a belligerent bastard, wasn't he?
Yes. He is. He gave Breitbart a lot of great, horrible quotes in the past couple of decades.
Yeah.
But the IRGC is a jihadist terror organization that operates outside of Iran, in places like Latin America, in Argentina and Venezuela. It's very active around the world. And like you said, this was one of the most belligerent people they had. They also took out the chief of staff of the armed forces. They took out at least 2 nuclear scientists that we know of. And we're still waiting. There are other names that haven't surfaced yet, so we don't know for sure. The biggest question mark is the head of the Quds force of the IRGC, Ismail Khani. We don't know. I've seen rumors on the internet that he was killed. I've seen rumors on the internet that he defected to Israel. Nothing is confirmed, but this is the guy who replaced Qasem Soleimani. So I think if he were alive and well and healthy, he would be the first one. If I was Ayatollah Khamenei, that would be the guy that I would put on the TV to say, we're fine. And no one knows what's going on with him.
Francis, Jason Hammer here. How important was the timing of this? Because the last couple of days, we've really heard the chatter, ramp up. The United States was telling people overseas, hey, you might want to get out of here right now. Like, the writing seemed like it was on the wall. But why now? Why did the chatter get so loud?
So the shortest answer, and I think the most important one, is the UN. So the UN's nuclear body, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, on Thursday passed a resolution condemning Iran for its illegal nuclear activities. It hadn't done this in almost 20 years. And Iran's been doing a lot of illicit nuclear development in the past 20 years, but they had let it slide for a long time, especially, with the influence of the Obama administration and the Biden administration, and the UN being so aggressively anti-Semitic and anti-Israel, because those can be different things, and the UN is both. The IAEA came out and said that Iran is that it's enriching uranium at a pace that makes absolutely no sense for civilian nuclear development. No other country is doing this. And they had secret enrichment facilities that they were hiding from the UN. And when the inspectors came, they tried to, quote unquote, sanitize the locations, and that this was extremely alarming. So on Thursday, the UN condemns this. The UN condemnation would have allowed the remaining countries in the Obama nuclear deal to restore sanctions, therefore fully killing the Iran deal. And that was terrifying to Iran. They complained. They even gave the UN a letter saying, Trump is talking to us. The U.S. is a reasonable actor. Why is the UN being so aggressive? And then Israel strikes. And the way Netanyahu put it in his speech last night was they were very close. It could have been a matter of days. It could have been a matter of months, but they were very close to building a bomb, and they had the warheads to deliver it.
I feel like, Francis, I've been hearing that Iran has been close to building a bomb for a couple decades now. Did you get that feeling? But something definitely changed to where Israel said, all right, now's the time to strike, because these guys said once they get the bomb, they're going to wipe us off the face of the map. They kind of get the history right there, basically Cliff Notes?
Yes, and I think the reason it's kind of easy to dismiss it because we've heard it so many times. Oh, Iran is so close. Iran is so close. But the thing that keeps resetting the clock, and the reason that we keep hearing the warning, it escalates and then it goes down and then it escalates, is because Israel takes action. Israel is believed to have assassinated nuclear scientists. It's believed to have conducted cyber attacks on nuclear facilities. And so the cycle has been increased warnings. They're closer and closer. They're going to have a bomb. They're going to have a bomb. The rest of the world ignores the warning, and then there's either a mysterious cyber attack or a nuclear scientist gets assassinated or something weird happens, and Iran gets set back again. And so the clock resets. So it's not that it has been a lie all those times that they got closer. It's that they have been deterred, and so that's why the cycle resets.
Speaking with Frances Martel, she's the Breitbart News international editor. She joins us here on the Hammer and Nigel show. So, Frances, what does this mean for the United States? We've already had a statement get put out late last night from Marco Rubio, the White House, basically supporting Israel, but saying there will be no United States troops on the ground. What does this mean for us?
I think it definitely resets the understanding of what American involvement and American action looks like in the Middle East. The George W. Bush standard of we just invade and topple a leader and then we're stuck there for 20 years, that's not happening anymore. That is not the status quo. The U.S. people won't have it. I mean, even the past few days of rumors that something was going to happen, the sheer volume of anti-invasion rhetoric from Trump supporters saying, no, I do not want my kids to die for this was way too high. So that sort of post-war on terror, post-9/11 American approach is gone. It's dead. Now what we do is we're America first, but we let our friends be whatever country they are first. So Israel's going to be Israel first. It's going to do what it has to do. And if it has to take actions that might not be very pretty, we're not going to be there to finger wag, but our people are also not going to die for a fight that isn't ours. We're going to empower our friends to defend themselves. And I think that's a big change from what we saw in Afghanistan and in Iraq.
And it feels like, Frances, a couple things can be true at the same time here. Yes, it was the right thing to eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities. It's the right thing to support Israel, but also it's the right thing to not get involved in this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I love how you phrased it, because I think I've been trying to articulate that point about Ukraine for so long. It's right to oppose Russia, wantonly invading its neighbors and killing civilians. It's right to support an ally that is defending itself from a belligerent neighbor. It is not okay for Americans to die in a fight that has nothing to do with America. And so I think that is the standard, and I think we're going to see that applied not just in the Middle East, but again, in places like Ukraine, in places like Africa, where there's conflicts that, people are calling for us to get involved in, that really there's no stake for the average American in that. I think that's going to be the standard.
What is the supreme leader, the Ayatollah, saying in response? I'm assuming it's the usual bluster.
The usual, like you said. I believe the quote was something like, the evil and bloody hands of the Zionist entity have sealed its dark fate. Basically he said Israel's not going to exist anymore in the near term. And the really legitimate question right now is, you and what army? Who's going to respond? All your leaders are dead. So, they've got to hope. Iran's got to hope that all these sort of not amateur exactly, but like mid-level management guys that just got promoted abruptly to run their military, that someone in there is secretly a genius and they're going to be the new Soleimani, and they're going to actually succeed in doing something major to Israel. And it's possible, and I think Israel is taking that possibility seriously, that one of these people promoted might actually be really good at strategy. But it's very unlikely, right? Because if you take out all of the leaders at the same time, it's really difficult to, all of the proteges are not ready. Like, these are not, the minds are not ripe yet. So,
and they don't, and Iran don't have many allies in that region.
Yeah, I mean, the Saudis put out a really half-hearted, kind of funny statement saying, we definitely condemn this. We're definitely not happy to see Iran neutralized.
Right.
Yeah, it was very difficult to believe. Iran's closest allies, and this is something people always ask me, like, who's going to stand up for Iran? Well, it's going to be Venezuela, it's going to be Cuba, and North Korea. If Russia and China could spare the time, they'll say a good word, but they're definitely not going to help in any material way. So, that's what Iran is banking on. They don't even have Assad anymore in Syria. That was Iran's best friend, was the Assad regime, and that's gone and replaced by people who really hate Iran. So it's a tough neighborhood for Iran right now.
Nigel, that's the equivalent of the AFC South that she just rattled off right there. That's what that is. Francis, I know this story is changing every single moment, minute by minute. Where can we get the latest updates?
Please visit Breitbart.com. We are reading everything we can, going through everything, and taking seriously, filtering out fact from fiction. You're not going to get sources say nonsense from Breitbart. You're going to get, what we report is something that we feel is confidently true, and we'll tell you who said it, where, what their bias is, so that you can keep up. It's a very rapid moving news environment. But yeah, Breitbart.com, that's where we're working.
This show turned 8 years old this week, Hammer. I'm not sure if you're even aware of that. I think today or yesterday was the anniversary of the very first show on this radio station, and out of those 8 years, Francis Martel has been calling for about 5 years. So we thank you for all the awesome work you're doing, Francis, and you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Matt Bear's got a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, looking at southbound 6570. That is a construction delay running from the north split down to the south split. 5 minutes on the delay. Checking those downtown roads for people heading to the NBA Finals tonight. And we look at southbound West Street, and that is loaded up from I-65 down to Washington Street. It is moving in parts. And eastbound 70 also stop and go into downtown from West Street to Meridian, Illinois. Northbound 65 construction zone south side heading into downtown. Slow Raymond Street up to the south split. No major delay there. Eastbound 465 drags in parts from Harding Street over to I-65 on the south side. Crash west side, Rockville Road to Girls School Road. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Just a few minutes away from kicking off the weekend officially here in Indy with Beer Sample Friday. That's coming up here in just a little bit. Clayton Anderson, singer, songwriter, damn fine American, scheduled to join us in studio and take part in Celebrity Beer Bong. Looking forward to that. It's 78 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a fun round of Are You Okay With This? And man, tonight, I'm telling you, the place to be is Caesars Sportsbook. Inside the big casino down in Shelbyville, Horseshoe Casino, Indy. It's the place to watch the NBA Finals. And they've got a special drink there tonight. So if you're going down there, right there off of 74, short drive from Indy, the special cocktail of the night is called the Halliburton. That's right, the Halliburton. So if you're going into the Caesar Sportsbook, make sure you order that drink. It could be good luck tonight, but you got to tell those folks you heard about it from the Hammer and Nigel show. Hammer said to get the Halliburton and make your wagers, get some food, grab a couple drinks, hit the casino floor. The racetrack is attached. You've got so many options to have a great Friday night. It's all one short drive away. Down in Shelbyville, Horseshoe Casino, Indy, and the Caesar Sportsbook. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinic's treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The month of May is raced by at Miss M's Home and Garden and Sundown Gardens. JMV here. The June sales are on now. Shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. If you're shopping for poly patio furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville for 20% off their patio furniture. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville. That's Sundown Gardens at 186th and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Tell them JMV sent you.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at BoerRemodeling.com.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah!
Hammer Hotel front desks may become a thing of the past. 70% of American travelers are more likely to check themselves into a hotel using an app or a self-service kiosk instead of walking up to a traditional front desk. Are you okay with this?
No, I'm not, because I'm the 30%, baby. Now, I will book the hotel room on the app, but when I check in, I want to make sure I've got like a physical hard room key, usually a couple of them, and depending on where you're going, because I go to Vegas a lot, right? You can kind of play let's make a deal with the agents working the desk. Hey, do you got any discounts on your restaurants, on your buffets? You got any upgrades available? Yeah. It used to be called the $20 trick, but now that inflation's hit, it's kind of the $40 trick. You can kind of play let's make a deal with the agent, though. That interaction, the art of the deal, if you will. So I'm the 30% with this. I like a physical, hard, swipe key and the interaction at the front desk.
A waitress has gone viral after torching two diners who pulled a eat and return scam. You heard about this? She says they were eating food and then they demanded refunds because they didn't like the meals. Here is somebody on TikTok.
I can already tell you right now I'm not okay with it then.
Here's somebody on TikTok talking about it.
I went up to the table. How are you guys doing? And the girl's like, this is nasty. I don't want it. Mind you, the burger's half eaten. All the fries are gone. So she gives me half a burger back. So I take it back, take it off the bill. I'm like, do you want anything else? And she's like, yeah, I want a shrimp pasta like the one he has. And then I go back and I'm like, how's everything tasting? And then the guy's like, I don't like my shrimp pasta. Mind you, there's 3 noodles on the plate. I'm going to take it off the bill.
Okay, you can stop it right now. I've heard enough.
The waitress is going to find out. 2 diners pulled out the return scheme, and they were like, blah, 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 blah.
You know what this is?
Ugh.
This isn't anything new. Just because it's on TikTok doesn't make it anything new. This is what the guy did at All-American Burger when Brad Hamilton was working there in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The bald guy comes up, sir, this was not the best breakfast I ever ate. And Brad Hamilton simply points out, well, you ate most of it anyway. Next thing you know, he's threatening to kick 100% of his ass. This isn't anything new. I have seen this movie before. They're not fooling me, Nige.
Let's see. Let's skip. What do you want to do?
Dealer's choice here, man. Go for it.
Cop, paramedic, and 2 Good Samaritans pulled a 68-year-old woman from a burning car in New York on Sunday.
Awesome.
Her car was on its side, fully engulfed. And here is the Good Samaritan and the officer talking about the rescue.
Just handed me the fire extinguisher, and then immediately I just ran to the car. The way I heard that lady screaming, like it felt like it was like either my mom or my aunt or something like that.
Jumped out of his car to assist and legitimately put his life in jeopardy.
You know, I have such little faith in humanity, Nige. I was waiting for that story to take a turn of, yes, the Good Samaritan pulled them out of a burning car, but they separated a shoulder, and now the victim in the car is now suing the Good Samaritan for $1.5 million in damages. Like, I hate that I've become that jaded. All right, coming up next, man, this is going to be fun. We're going to have a little chat. Maybe a few beverages or two with singer, songwriter, damn fine American Clayton Anderson.
Love it.
He is here. And then Celebrity Beer Bong will officially kick off what's going to be a rockin' night in Indianapolis. That's coming up right after the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A break-in in Fishers. A woman attacked. More rain is expected this afternoon and evening. If you're headed downtown for the game, the rain is expected to pick up and be more intense by tip-off. 78 right now on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. The break-in was at a house on Brookmeyer Avenue on the east side of Fishers Thursday morning around 6:30. Police have made arrests. 24-year-old Elijah Oates and 25-year-old Dekez Stockdale. In addition to the break-in, Oates is charged with sexual battery. The woman who was hurt had to go to the hospital. Forgery and corrupt business influence are the 2 major charges facing a man from Greentown. John Herrick reports.
Police have been investigating a man named Dustin Eckelbarger for the last 8 months.
The preliminary investigation revealed that Mr. Eckelbarger, while working as a salesman at a local farm equipment store, engaged in fraudulent activities by buying, selling, and trading equipment to farmers across northern Indiana.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says Eckelbarger fabricated more than $750,000 worth of purchase orders and secured other business loans using the names of farmers. He was caught and arrested on Wednesday.
Iran is retaliating. Fox's Trey Yingst reports on the ground in Tel Aviv as Iran launches more strikes in response to Israel's attack against Iranian leaders and nuclear sites.
Iran launched not 1 but 2 ballistic missile barrages at this country. Israeli media reports there are at least 9 impact sites, and we saw these ballistic missiles streaming through the air, some of them slamming into the ground below here in central Israel. At the time, we could see air defense systems out at sea, off in the distance, and from the south, coming to work and try to shoot down some of this incoming fire. But it was so intense over Tel Aviv, we could hear the explosions here as the night sky lit up. Some of those missiles intercepted, raining missile fragments down below.
Some injuries have been reported. Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, east side crash, eastbound 70 at Arlington Avenue, and that's blocking one of the center lanes here. It's the left center lane with traffic stop and go back to Emerson Avenue. Southbound 65 70, the construction delay, that stop and go from the north split down to the south split, and that's a 3-minute delay. Southbound 65 a little bit slow to downtown before 21st Street to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 looking pretty good for a Friday night, just a little bit slow right now West Street to Meridian, Illinois. Good news if you're coming into Cambridge for the NBA Finals. Southside northbound 65 slow, stop 11 Road up to 465. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Friday evening is going to be a stormy, mild, and muggy one outside with over an 80% chance of showers in most neighborhoods, even a few thunderstorms around. However, severe weather will unlikely develop. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Arsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Still tastes better on Friday. You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
That song right there, Beer Tastes Better on a Friday. Go ahead and crack one open, my friend.
Oh, that's the most heavenly sound there ever was. I tell you what, we picked the best at Friday, Pacers game day. I mean, we got Indians game, we got Jubilation, we got it all. We got a Friday on our hands.
We do.
We got a Friday on our hands. Clayton Anderson is here, and coming up in just a few minutes, make sure you get to our YouTube feed, the live stream. We will officially kick off a raucous Friday with celebrity beer bong. Clayton, the last time I think I saw you, and I don't think you saw me, I think you were in the 500 parade.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was honestly one of the coolest things. I've got to do some pretty cool things.
Had you done that before?
I've never done it. They when we got to open up for Zach Brown and Keith Urban when they did Legends Day out at the track, which I wish they'd bring it back. Or back out there. I know they do it at White River, which is a great venue, but you know, people want to be at the track.
Doug Bowles will be like, "Well, you pick up the trash then."
I'll volunteer. If I get to open the show, I'll stay out there all night. I'm in. Count me in. But no, that was honestly, I got a little emotional coming down Pennsylvania. It's just beautiful. It's just incredible event that those folks put on over at the 500 Festival.
Let's talk a little bit about the current state of country music, because I'm somewhat of a hick, but I also have a lot of like Snoop Dogg and like Dr. Dre in me too, right? So I feel like country music's in a weird place where if you walk into like a bar / honky tonk in Nashville, right there on Broadway, the people who like to hear Dixieland Delight might not want to see Luke Bryan twerking. Like, it's a weird dynamic of country music listeners. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It is a wild place to be right now. I mean, we got EDM, country music even popping up right now.
Beyonce's winning country music awards.
They created a whole new genre just for a subgenre of country music, just not to tick off the old guys, the cowboy hats back home. But no, it's a wild place, but also it's a super exciting time to be part of it because everybody's talking about country music. Country music's dominating all the charts. I mean, Morgan Wallen is just, he's dominating everything. And
is he the biggest right now?
Yeah, I would say that he. I mean, obviously, I think he's by far the biggest.
Well, Chris Stapleton, and then whoever married Nicole Kidman, that guy.
Keith Urban. Keith Urban's great. I'm a big Keith Urban fan.
Okay, no, I understand that, but like, who's the biggest star right now?
Oh, Morgan Wallen by far.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
He's charting up there on the pop side of things, which is really cool. But
he's crossed over.
His music has a lot of pop. It's got a lot of 808 in some of the songs too. You know.
And man, you mentioned that pop crosser appeal. Like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that 808 set, that Dr. Dre thing he was talking about. That 808 drum machine type thing.
I go to Vegas a lot, right? And there's a big trend on the Vegas Strip of making it look like Nashville. Blake Shelton's got a big place right there on the Strip. Toby Keith had a big restaurant there for a long time. You look at who the resident acts are at like Caesars and all these places. It's country music artists.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This might be a hot take, and I don't know if this will get us in trouble online, but like country music fans drink. Country music fans drink. They
Hot
drink.
take from Clayton Anderson right there.
They
Back
don't-
up.
Well, I mean, but you go to a club. You go to Miami, you go to a club. You go to the big clubs in L.A. or Vegas. Even talking about Vegas, I mean, half the kids are so out of their mind on drugs they don't even drink. They're just in there.
Yeah.
They just pay the cover and do their thing, and they're in it. But country music is more of a vibe, more of a hang. Get your cold beer, get whatever, and you're going to listen to the music and enjoy it. So I think obviously I played a Blake Shelton cruise one time. They sold out of a beer before we got to the next port. Yeah, it was crazy.
How the hell do they get more beer if you're on a cruise in the middle of the ocean? Did you sell out?
And who the hell was in charge of marketing that didn't think the Blake Shelton Cruise staff and patrons would like to drink some beverages a little bit?
He was white as a ghost out there saying, "I want you all to see me. You're never going to see my landlocked butt out on the ocean ever again. This is the last time."
Clayton, what's your background, man? Where are you from, man? What's the deal here?
I'm from Bedford, Indiana, originally, down south, down HAC country down there, Hoosier Hills Conference, and then Damon Bailey country down there, as we like to call it. And, Limestone, capital of the world. Empire State Building came out of my backyard, which we're very proud of, and all the buildings in Washington, D.C., and then I grew up dreaming of playing basketball. Never got recruited by Indiana, so I guess I picked up the guitar to meet girls, and here we are.
And now you're making a living at it.
Yeah,
right?
It's honestly pretty cool. I mean, to do something that to do it full time as a full time job, it's taken me places I've only dreamed of ever going.
Do you necessarily have to move? Like, where do you live right now?
I bounce back and forth between Nashville.
Okay, so
the business is in Nashville.
Yes.
You can do it anywhere right now. I mean, talking about TikTok and all that stuff, or online, you can blow up in a snap of a fingers from being a nobody to playing arenas, and then if you're really lucky and have a really good team, you'll be selling out. You can go to stadiums.
Who's the best example of that recently? Is it Jelly Roll?
Jelly Roll's a big one. A buddy of mine that I played a lot of shows, he opened up for us a lot. When this guy named Drew Baldridge did it on his own. It blew up on TikTok. He took his own money, went and played the radio game, and got a number one. Now he's opening up for all these big acts.
Okay,
it's really. But you have to break yourself anymore. They're taking. There's a guy named Bailey Zimmerman who's really popular. He blew up on TikTok by fixing trucks, and then all of a sudden he's a singer. And then you got Jelly Roll's a great example. But that guy was famous in his own realm. He was making $1 million a year off his YouTube, which gave him so much leverage to go into these record labels because they're not fair deals. They're not.
I've always heard that. They never have been like that.
It's a tough business because it's like a bank. They'll give you a loan, but you're paying them back. Like it's just crazy. Like you got to pay them back through your money, not their side of the money, through your money until it's recouped or whatever.
And it's just so much luck involved. Like we had a friend tell us that Kenny Chesney was discovered because the record label was looking for a hat. Somebody wearing a hat to go onto their record label, and they found this guy playing these little clubs, and it happened to be Kenny Chesney.
It's back then, they would make you a star. Right now, it's harder to make someone a star, and I think used to you'd have to have a star because you'd have to have leverage. So you'd have to bring the next guy up, and then they would get exposure. But right now, with the internet and with social media, like you just have to be aggressive yourself, which is what I've just got out of a record deal snare, I think, today. Knock on wood. I think it's all done pretty much.
Good.
So we're going to go back to making new music and dropping it, and we're just going to go straight to social media and try to blast it as hard as we can.
Love it. Clayton Anderson is our guest here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Are you getting into the bar, restaurant, honky-tonk business? I'm not even sure if that's the right term. Maybe I'm dating myself here, but you're diving into that, right?
I thought the country music business was hard, so why not pick something harder? W-O-me.
I've never spoke to one bar owner that said, "Oh yeah, it's easy." Yeah. You're gonna love it.
All my friends have said, "Don't do it." I mean, every single one of them, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So, and I guess I like it. I don't know. I don't listen. I guess. But no. Honestly, I think it's an exciting time. I think there's a need for it in Indianapolis. A lot of my friends, come from out of town, saying, "Hey, where can we go listen to live music? I tell them, I think, where we're going to be situated. I don't know. It probably is the dumbest thing I've ever tried, but I'm super excited though. I really think what you're saying, country music is so big right now. I don't think there's a better time. And the 2 locations we're going at, which is going to be downtown, again, not just 1, 2, because that's how dumb I am. At the same time, one will be the old Hard Rock space downtown, right on Maryland and Meridian.
Okay.
So if we can be successful on this end, Tin Roof's already successful on their end, and Wild Beaver's wildly successful. So if we can turn that little strip of Maryland into something cool, maybe, rising tides, what's all that cheesy saying? You know?
Right.
Like maybe we'll all do good. So I think we got a good shot there.
So you're opening bars, honky-tonk bars.
Yeah, honky-tonk. I really wanted to bring a taste to Nashville. This record deal snare really opened up this opportunity. I was really depressed. I ain't gonna lie, I was depressed and like, what am I going to do? I don't have a way. My livelihood has been taken from me. We were still playing live shows, but if you're not out there doing new music and creating stuff, when you're a creative person, you want to create.
Right.
So these bars came along, and I couldn't say no to it. I got really excited about it, and
you got 2.
And we got 2. We're going to do one downtown, and then we're going to be crazy and go in after Broad Ripple and try to be a first leading the charge to make Broad Ripple great again.
Love it.
Make it back to when I was a kid.
Hell yeah.
And don't remember half the times walking up and down the avenue.
Same here.
And man, people love live music. Like, there's a reason why that strip in Nashville is what it is. People, let's be honest, they don't go there because the food tastes better. They want that atmosphere.
Absolutely. And this is what I'm going to turn into a politician, I think, because I'm trying to meet the convention folks. I'm trying to meet every downtown indie folks.
Our colleague Rob Kendall has already ripped you then.
I really, truly feel like I saw the blueprint in Nashville. When I moved there in 2011, it was a town. They hammered on, everyone in Nashville said it was stupid for them to build the new convention center downtown, and look what it's done for them. It's really allowed them to have a massive influx of people from Sunday to Wednesday, Thursday, then the Bachelorettes come in Thursday, and then but why they come is because it's fun. There's something for them to do from morning till night. Music's playing nonstop, and it's fun. It's gotten a little out of control, but it's a dang good time.
How concerned are you about security? Because I hate to even bring it up, but let's be honest, there have been some things happen in downtown Indianapolis and even Broad Ripple to where some people have decided, you know what, I don't know if I want to go out anymore. Like, how much have you thought about the security option?
I feel like that was the same concerns are elsewhere too, like in other places, in other hot spots.
Nashville itself. Kids are falling into the river left and right. People are there's checkered cab. There's a racket going on with a checkered cab. If you're listening and you go to Nashville, do not get in the green taxi cab called checkered, because they will drop you off and even point a gun at you sometimes trying to get money out of you.
Good Lord.
That's honest truth. That happened to a couple of my friends. And it's known. It's not just a single time. It's a racket. But
good Lord.
But so there are dangerous places everywhere you go. What I love about the downtown locations, we have a parking garage right next to us. Honestly, I've always been the most inclusive person ever. My mom raised me to be that way. So we want to have everybody come in our bar, and they're welcome. It's going to be a safe place. We're going to make sure we have top-notch security, and we're going to play fun, loud music, and we're not going to have beer bottles, so you can't break it over somebody's head. We're just going to serve beer cans.
I like it. I'll tell you what. Let's take a little break, take a timeout. I'm going to go back to the office and get the celebrity beer bong, and we're going to get this party started. What do you think?
Oh, boy. I'm the man. I tell you, I'm not that good at it, but let's go.
Let's try it.
Singer Clayton Anderson is with us. Celebrity beer bong next. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
We're talking real estate agents. We're talking experts. We're talking Mark Deedle, the only local real estate expert in Indy I would trust to sell my home and find me a new one. How about John in Greencastle? John bought a home, but then after that, his son moved to Fishers, which left him an hour away from family and friends and 45 minutes from work. So it was kind of a big mistake. He felt stuck. He'd only been in that house for a year. Mark Deedle's team got involved. They sold his house in 14 days for the price they needed so he could move closer to family and work.
Listen, you got a lot of options in the real estate game. But Mark Deedle separates himself from the competition with the guarantee. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Deedle today. Mark Deedle, trusted by Hammer and Nigel. Call him today, 317-755-4232, or visit markdeedle.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text TEAR to 369-369. That's TEAR to 369-369. TEAR to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Common Threads has teamed up with the Indiana Fever to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
Tired of digging through noise to find real news? Go straight to WIBC.com. Local stories, statewide impact, national headlines, info that matters. When news breaks, WIBC.com is already on it. Stay on the know while you're on the go.
All right, get to the WIBC YouTube feed, because here in just a moment, we're going to have Clayton Anderson, singer, songwriter, Hoosier, do the Celebrity Beer Bong to kick off this Friday. But first, Matt Baer is going to get you to where you need to be.
All right, Hammer, north side crash, westbound 465 at Ditch Road. The left lane is blocked traffic. Stop and go back to Meridian 31. Downtown, if you're coming into Gamebridge for the Pacers NBA Finals game tonight, there is a crash in the north split, southbound 65 continuing to southbound 6570. That has us backed up to 21st Street. And the construction delay remains at southbound 6570 from the north split down to Fletcher Avenue. Eastbound 70 looks fantastic. If you're coming into downtown tonight, everything good into West Street, Meridian, Illinois, wherever you're hopping off at. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Let's light this candle. It's 78 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and it's Beer Sample Friday.
Right now,
Hammer and Nigel present Beer Sample
Fry.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Beer's on sale, people. Come down, get you some.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Celebrity Beer Bong Challenge with country music singer Clayton Anderson, lifelong Hoosier, opening up a couple different bars here downtown and in Broad Ripple. What are the bars going to be called, by the way?
They're going to be called, the downtown one's going to be called Clayton's Country Bar, and then the Broad Ripple one's going to be called Ripple Rodeo. And it's going to be super Western cowboy.
I love
Take my money. I'm in. Just take my money, Clayton. I'm in.
Should we do it? Should we start this?
When was the last time you bonged a beer, Clayton?
Man, honestly, it's been a while. I think the last frat party I played. And we don't play too many anymore, but I got to stay hip with the kids, you know. So
Okay. Okay.
But I embarrassed myself. I will tell you that.
Well, you would be the first person on this program to embarrass yourself. I promise you.
You put that trash can right next to Clayton, by the way.
There we go.
Just in case he needs it.
All right, so Nigel, why don't you go ahead and coach him up here?
All right, well, he knows how to do this, so
he's going to coach you up on how to pour it.
So Clayton, here, bring the microphone with you too. There. All right. So
yeah, because make sure you get the beer on the microphone when he spills it.
All right, I'm going to try to do this with as little head as possible here.
Giggity.
Hey,
that's what she said.
That wasn't what Dr. Dre said. Was it?
Okay, pouring it in.
Okay, Nigel's pouring a Miller Lite into.
Fantastic pour.
Good pour.
Better than I did with Allison. Sorry.
So
now here's the thing. Now used to they say put your tongue in the hole to stuff it and then put it up and then you go or
however you want to get down, right?
I don't even know.
All right, so we're gonna count down from 3, and then we'll say
timing this.
Yeah, Allison's got it. We're gonna count you down from 3, and then we're gonna say go. When we say go, you rock and roll. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Clayton's got it. The beer is up. He's drinking. He's chugging. The beer is going down. There it goes. There it goes. He still got it.
He killed it.
He still got
Absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it.
That's a boy from Bedford right there, baby.
How you feeling, buddy?
Got a little gas in the chest there.
Absolutely killed it. That was. You're a pro, bro. How long was it? How long?
7 seconds.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Didn't beat Guy Relford, though?
That's pretty weak.
Didn't beat Guy.
Okay.
That's a hell of an effort, man.
That's pretty weak. I mean, real
he
guys
did
gotta
good.
swallow. That just runs down. I gotta swallow.
That was great, man.
When do they open up, man? When do the bars open up?
Honestly, I thought I'd be on here saying come party after the Pacers game. We're gonna do a soft opening, but unfortunately, stuff happens. We keep running this stuff, so we're gonna shoot.
Keep us updated.
We're gonna shoot from grand opening mid to late July, and then probably have some soft openings before. So.
Keep us in mind, man.
Yeah, man.
Clayton Anderson, baby.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Well done.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are cleaning out inventory. Save up to 50% off Lazy Boys, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel. And if it's in stock, save up to an extra 25% off. Save up to 20% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture. And save up to 50% off floor sample mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. First come, first serve. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024
Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP $105,195. Nautilus MSRP $60,195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Tony Katz here for Premier Arms in Brownsburg. This is your premier gun store. Premier Arms has the experience and know-how to help the new gun buyer and the most experienced marksman. They've been in business for over 20 years and have a friendly, knowledgeable staff that wants to help you, not talk down to you. Premier Arms in Brownsburg is family-friendly, so bring the kids. All ages are welcome. Everyone can find what they're looking for at Premier Arms in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street, online at premierarms.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, premierarms.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, get 50% off your windows. That's half off, plus no interest and no payments for 12 months and a free entry door with your window purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 317-659-7574. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Don Fisher here for Q